Wake up, everybody. Like always, thanks for tuning in. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our podcast wherever your podcasts are available to you. We're bringing on Javi again as we get to dive into our sports, our NFL week picks, the boycott on sports for being shamed for watching them. We bounce around from current events to food and Javi's fear of flying. Buzzsprout, the easiest way to begin your podcast. Sign up with Buzzsprout through the link in our show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card after your second month. Using the equipment that you already have in a quiet space, upload to Buzzsprout and your episodes are available everywhere podcasts are found. Apple, Google, Pandora, Spotify, and more. Instacart. Hundreds of grocers now at the ready to hand select items of your choosing. It's super easy. Use the app or head over to instacart.com to check them out. Ready to order? Follow the link in our show notes and let them know we sent you. Essential items, office supplies, groceries, and even contactless delivery. Instacart has you covered. And today is sponsored by Rosie Cooks Gourmet Catering, located in the greater wine country of Northern California. Rosie Cooks was built off the passion for the culinary arts and is shared throughout the staff. From weddings to corporate events, gourmet packaged boxed lunches, wine pairings, and private events. The team at RC collectively challenge one another and deliver mouth-watering menus every time. Check them out at www.roseycooks.com on Facebook and Instagram. ROSEYCOOKS. And finally, Newness Productions for all your film and photography needs, from social media, promos, and commercials. Wedding films and photography. NewnessProductions.com. NEWNESS Productions.com. Now, let's just get on with it.
Tell them about the Twinkie.
What about the Twinkie?
Who you calling butthead? Butthead.
Y'all talking about? Y'all talking about me?
You take drugs, Danny? Every day.
This is ridiculous. It's crazy. I feel like I'm babysitting, except I'm not getting
I've
paid.
heard police work is dangerous.
It is. That's why I carry a big gun.
Aren't you afraid it might go off accidentally?
I used to have that
What
problem.
did you do about it?
I just think about baseball.
Declare.
Whose children is this?
Zed's.
Who's Zed?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
I gotta go to college. Danny, this isn't Russia.
Disaster of biblical
What he means is Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
Dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Little time off from doing this. And the last one that I did was with actually just did one with Spencer, who's in our pick'ems. And the last one I did before that one was my stepdad. And we talked about the movie that just everything. It was kind of heavy.
Yeah.
A lot to take in.
I have it downloaded. I haven't had a chance to. I didn't know my parents were gonna go with us. We usually save our podcast for long drives, so you can just listen to it. So me and Nancy, she likes to listen to them with me. So we always, and so I was like, cool, we're gonna go camping in a couple weeks. Let's save it and we'll go. But my parents came with us, and I don't know how they are about podcasts or not. So.
Well, what are you talking about?
The one with your
stepdad. Oh, you're talking about listening to it.
Yeah, listening to it.
Oh, okay.
So when I listen, I like to sit down and listen to podcasts.
Right. Yeah, I usually save them for the car.
Yeah, that's that's
or my latest thing recently is I'll kick it on the Alexa in the shower.
Oh, okay.
So we have them in the bathroom, and I'll start my I'll listen to like Armstrong and Getty a lot, so I'll kick on their podcast while I'm getting ready or whatever, just to keep your mind from wandering.
Yeah.
As lately, it's been wandering. In fact, what'd you bring?
All right, so I got us the Pliny the Elder, which I'm sure you heard of. From
Everybody talks about it. Yeah.
Russian River. First time they've ever canned it, and they kind of went on a little campaign thing called Pliny the Elder, Pliny for President 2020. And then picked it up on Monday. I think I picked up the shirt. Got the shirt too. Yeah, just I wanted to try it. It's good. It's a little different, I believe, from the regular Pliny the Elder. It's good.
Cool. Well, I could use a beer. That's for
there
sure.
you go. Okay. Let's handle it.
And we crack them. Cheers.
Cheers.
Double dry hopped.
Can's cool, if anything.
It reminds me of the campaign signs in Back to the Future. Do you remember the movie?
I do remember the movie.
When they're who's running for? Anyways, they have a bunch of these old school looking signs around from the 50s. It's kind of a little classic.
I'll check it out. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, it's yeah,
great movie.
Yeah, well, Gab and I were talking last night. It's like, you want to feel old? And she's like, no. I was like, kids in high school right now are wearing Nirvana t-shirts, ironically, because that's the music their parents used to listen to.
That's crazy.
Think about that. I'll let that set in. She's like, shut the fuck up.
Nirvana. That was a great band.
No kidding.
Great band.
Most of those bands were good. I always talk about, like, Rolling Stones is one of my favorite bands of all times. Right before Tattoo You. And Tattoo You came out in 81. Now, 80s, right in the late 70s, right around the 80s, everything went electronic. And I think that's why we had so many one-hit wonders, 99 Red Balloons, and then just like, the 80s. Name a solid band or an artist out of the 80s outside of Prince or Michael Jackson that continuously provided material.
Maybe like Phil Collins, but Phil Collins did start in the 70s, I believe.
Okay, and these are like the only ones.
Yeah, it's funny because this week we had we spent a lot of time in the armory actually working on weapons and cleaning them and stuff, and we had a down week as far as instructing out at the range. And we were listening to one hit wonders and doing stuff like that from the 80s, and we had 80s essentials going on iTunes. So it's funny that you brought that up, dude, because we were listening.
Well, 80s are great.
Yeah, great music,
but why it's so great is it's like listening to a greatest hits album because it bounces around from artist to artist.
Yeah, artist. Because remember, there was just like a radio station. There wasn't radio stations that had, like, there wasn't really a country radio station from what I remember, at least. And I know there's the Mexican channel that's we always listen to.
A little bit. I think that was more of the steel guitar kind of started coming in around the 80s.
Separating and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's everything, like, when you listen
synthesizer.
Yeah, the synthesizer. It's funny because I go, we were talking about it, I was like, it's not an 80s song if there's not an instrumental, the one instrument instrumental, like, in every song, like, there's a solo there, and everything.
Well, just like, what's the dude that I run so far up. What else did he do?
Nothing.
Exactly. Because it was so easy to make music.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I feel like we dipped back into that with the auto-tune, with all the rappers. It was like everybody could auto-tune. Yeah. Everybody could make music because it was just totally distorting your whole voice. It's super easy to do all that. But the people that were consistent are the ones that can write lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that can put it down on paper and continuously do it. So, yeah, I always felt like 80s just killed music there for a while. They were good music, but it wasn't a continuous thing. 70s prior, you had to actually learn instruments.
Yeah,
you had to know bands. You had to have chords. You had to have, you had to know what you're doing. You couldn't just hit a bunch of these buttons and then repeat, loop, do all this stuff. But then come the 90s, and I felt like 90s we started seeing Nirvana. We started seeing,
Soundgarden,
Black Sabbath, Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine, Creed, and I know a lot of people hate Creed, but
I enjoy them.
What I'm getting at with all these bands is each one of them played an instrument.
Yeah,
they went back to
instruments.
Instruments.
They were bands.
Yeah, like they were skilled. One of my buddies growing up, how do I put it? Just book smart, stupid. As far as book smarts go, he was an idiot. Couldn't get it, right? Never once was taught any notes or chords, but he picked up a guitar in junior high and figured it out. My brother did the same thing. I mean, just figured it out by listening. He could tune a guitar just by listening. This is all pre-YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, this was just like you had to listen to the radio or listen to your CD player, pause it, revert,
Yeah, sit there.
Yeah, I mean, and he did it. He did it all.
That's crazy. I wish I could. That's one of my bucket lists to learn how to play the guitar before.
I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I had a really, really drunk night in Chico one night when we woke up in San Francisco, and I was like, oh, well, I'm here. I'm gonna buy a guitar because I wanted to learn anyway. So I bought a guitar and I tried to learn. It's hard.
I can't imagine. I can't walk and chew gum. So
yeah, it's one of those things where you
I
pat,
can't do that.
Yeah,
that.
I see. I even did that wrong. You pat your head and rub your. Yeah, it's hard. I think I could learn the drums if I applied myself. I think I'd be better at the drums.
Yeah, I always want to be the bassist. See, it's like kids were doing the guitar solos. I was doing the bass solo.
Yep. Dum.
Yeah, I think, but a bass is badass.
Yeah.
It's toughness.
Well, I have a buddy who played with like, I mean, he's older, but we want to do a podcast together. I want to interview him because he played with like Glenn Campbell. Yeah, he played like he toured with them. He was
really?
their bassist for a long time, and he played with a bunch of different other guys. He's all over the world. He actually played in my wedding. Him and his buddy. They play mostly winery gigs now, but like yeah, he's got some history.
I just found out my neighbor is in a band.
Is he?
Yeah, but he's like a local. He does a lot of weddings and stuff. Well,
Is he local?
Yeah, doing weddings. Yeah. So.
Hole in my mouth.
Your beard was thirsty.
So, anyways, yeah. So music kind of came back around the '90s. I feel like that, and there was just like this. So, you had to be skilled.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot into country music the last few years.
Of course, I grew up on it. But,
well, it's just because it's actually music. It's bands. They play instruments. They sing songs. I got played out on R&B and a lot of the rap. New rap, I think, is garbage.
Oh yeah.
And but the country music, I mean, it's stories. It's. I even started listening to Mexican music again, dude, which is funny because I used to hate it as a kid.
I can't do the mariachi stuff. I can't do that.
I love mariachi music, dude.
That accordion.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Love it. It's Mexican polka, baby.
To me, it all sounds like the same song.
Probably if you don't understand the lyrics.
Probably. Yeah. Well, I understand some. Because I'll get pieces. I'll get chunks of it. But there's still this like dun, 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 dun,
I'm gonna have to put you on my drunk text list on Saturday nights when I'm drinking by myself, dude.
No, don't
listen to Mexi. Oh yeah, cause I'll just send songs to people, dude. Badass song. Listen to this.
Country music is for me. It's a go-to a lot when I'm tired of like rocking out. Or it's a feel good.
Yeah.
Because the stories are feel good. They're typically like happy, like. Or funny, or have you listened to Old Red by Blake Shelton?
Yes, I love Blake Shelton.
Have you listened to Old Red?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that song. So and it's just a story about a dog and the guy breaking out of prison back, the Bloodhound.
Yep.
But
that's one of his first songs.
But for the most part, country music's like it leaves you feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it leaves you like
So I listen to a guy called Cody Jinks. He's like my favorite singers. He's getting super popular now, but. First time I ever saw him, I think we paid like $15 for the tickets and was at a really small venue. It was cool. It was just really good, awesome guitar player. Has a beard a little bigger than yours. And
ZZ Top's got the beard.
Yeah, they got the beards. They got the market on the beards. But just cool, man. He just did a live stream and Adobe Sessions, one of his, like, I think it's like maybe his second, third album. And so him and the producer kind of talked their way through the album. And then before every song, they talk about it, comment on it, and where the song came from, how they built it, why he wrote it, or found the guy that wrote it and was like, I need to play your song, and then went from there. And then they would sing the song live, and it was awesome, dude.
You know Kevin Costner plays country music?
I know.
Yeah,
Yellowstone.
He's pretty good.
Yellowstone is, I think, one of the best shows right now out on TV.
My mom's watching it. She's told me I need to start it.
Must.
We just finished. I just finished Vikings.
Excellent.
All the way through season 6.
Yes.
I didn't like season 6.
So there's a couple seasons I can't remember. Well, season 6
scattered.
Yeah, because I think season 7 or 8 is the last one, which I'm on.
There's no more. I thought 6 was it.
Is it 6? No, they're coming back for a couple.
Are they?
Yeah, there's a finale. It's like they take that mid-season break, which irritates the shit out of me. So they'll show like 8 episodes, and then they break for like 4 or 5 months. Then they come back, and you're gonna see there's still a finale to that.
Yeah, because if that was the end, then I was like, that's disappointing.
Yeah, my AR is named Lagatha. My AR.
Oh, is it?
Lagatha.
Yeah, I have a
love
crush
Lagatha.
on Lagatha.
Oh, me too.
We'll Kristen Winnick.
Yes. We'll fight over that one, dude, because that's mine. Yeah.
Her and her and Jennifer Lawrence are like one of my favorite actresses. One of my favorite actresses.
Yeah.
No, but actually, Jennifer Lawrence is one hell of an actress, to be honest.
She's a really good actress.
I'm impressed. Very impressed.
Like, it's the girl, man. I forgive me.
What's she on?
I know she's listening. Harley Quinn.
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Good lord.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm weird.
I like the attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for me. Is I like the attitude.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. You gotta have some edge. You gotta have a little spunk too.
Yeah.
We Gavin and I got to go hiking the other day. We got to kind of escape the kids and leave them with the babysitters, and we came back and we found out my 3-year-old bit my girl, my daughter, my 1-year-old, and the babysitter's like, "Oh no, it's fine. She smacked the shit out of him." And I was like, "That's my girl," you know, like that's the way it's gonna be. Yeah, you hurt her, she's gonna hurt you right back.
Hell yeah.
Anyways,
that's crazy. That's funny. That's
Vikings was good. I just stopped that one. I just started The Last Kingdom, I think, which is. I thought that they're the same creator of Vikings is jumping over to Netflix and jumping ahead 1,000 years.
So that's in the works. I read that. That's in the works, but I don't think that Last Kingdom is that.
No, it looked kind of weird.
It was okay. I watched like 3 episodes and didn't really get into it that much.
Well,
I have been watching the Ranch. That's the one we're watching right now.
Oh, that's good.
I like that.
That's a good one. It's a sitcom but real.
Yeah.
You know, like it puts it real issues.
Big time.
Drug issues, alcoholism. You know, like not drug issues like this heroin or anything, but like legitimate OxyContin type issues.
Yeah, I'm on the abortion episode.
Yeah.
Gets that girl pregnant, and then they're at the clinic, and
I mean it's controversial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's definitely for a live audience sitcom. You know, I mean,
I'm glad Ashton Kutcher pushed it that way though, because you know, he's always a goofball. He still is a goofball on the show, but I mean, see him actually do something kind of legit, and I like it.
It's hard. It's hard for me to watch that show sometimes. My dad, my real dad, looks exactly like Sam Elliott.
Oh, really?
But bald.
Oh, wow.
Handlebar mustache, that same walk. I kid you not, bro. My best friend, who's been my friend since I was 4 years old, spent the night at my house countless times. Same, vice versa. You know, not high school, in college, we were roommates, and we were watching Tombstone, and he was convinced through the whole movie that my dad was an actor. Like through half the movie, he was like, "Are you sure your dad has never?" Because he was so like dead, almost dead nuts on. And my mom had a crush on Sam Elliott, so that was kind of like why she was really attracted to him at the time, anyways. But his character can be a lot like my dad.
Same. Same.
Sometimes I gotta take breaks. I'm like, that's too much like my dad.
Yeah, my dad's not the pushing away kind, because he gets actually upset that we don't go around a lot. And it's not just because we're busy, you know. And he understands we work a lot of hours and stuff, especially me. And I just want to come home and just stay home. You know what I mean? And kind of become an introvert big time lately, which is weird because that's not me. That's not my personality. But I'm tired of people, dude. I'm tired of stupidity. Tired of just. I haven't watched any news and accidentally left it on the other day, and I was just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
It's draining.
Yeah,
so it's like plugging your emotions into the wall and just letting them suck out of you.
Yeah, it's just stupid, dude. Like everything was just and Corona and Corona and Corona and Corona and Corona, and then
election and Trump.
Just like, okay.
I said that. I'm getting tired of it because it's like 39 kids rescued from a child sex trafficking ring, not a single front page cover. Trump says something bad about the front page.
Yeah. What's funny is I just watched this clip, and it's all the Democrats. I think when it was going to be in their favor, they were talking about, how this seat has to be filled. It's in the Constitution. Biden, Harris, Hillary. There's a bunch of what's that other guy? That guy looks like the guy from the old man from The Simpsons, Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Him just talking on there and just being like, the fuck, like, all right, dude, like, you know what I mean? Just why is it good when it's good for you? It's exactly what you have to do. The second he says something, though, it's like, come on, man, just deal with it.
I'm over it. It's hard to even talk. Like, I know that's even like what this is about, but it's just we're just waiting for the election. Everybody's just waiting for election.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Going out of the house is draining. I talked about that on the last episode too. It's draining because you wear a mask to be courteous to the other individuals.
Yeah.
But now people are not wearing masks out of protest and saying that coronavirus is all bullshit. CDC fucked up all the numbers. They're still fucking up the numbers. This is all political. So everybody's looking at everybody just like judging.
Yeah, it is.
There's no leaving your house to just shop and enjoy and look at your kids. Everybody's on edge.
So you see Amazon trucks left and right everywhere because I don't want to. Dude, if I don't trust people to pick out my groceries, but I would do that in a heartbeat. We're big Door Dashers because I hate dealing with the crowds and stuff at the restaurants. And so we DoorDash a lot. But
you live in an area that can DoorDash.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Yeah, I don't think you guys have that up here. That luxury.
I hear you. I'm over people. I'm ready to just like look. Once a month, I'm gonna have a barbecue. Everybody wants to come over. We pig out. We hang out. That's what the whole thing with football, and that's actually one of the talking points is. First of all, how are you doing with your let's put your injuries aside on your Niners. But last time we were talking, I know you said the BLM flag flying. The first time it actually got to me was watching the NBA national anthem the other day, and each shirt said vote on it. And it's not that they're encouraging voting, it's just that it's now and only now, and it's aimed because of one movement. And all it's doing is proving that every point of this is almost political.
Yeah, 100%.
And that was the only time it kind of bothered me. But you know what I did? Just turn my head and went and got a beer, got a soda, just.
So I have not watched the beginning of any football game, including the 49ers, because I don't want to see that. I have not gotten into football this year as much as I have. I'm not going to be one of these guys that throws their jerseys and stuff into the garbage can and sets them on fire. But I'm not wearing Niner clothes. Like normally football season, I have my hat on and my, whatever I have of Niner stuff on. I have not done that this year. Just because I'm going to watch it because I enjoy it, and fuck them for bringing in politics into my sports. You know what I mean? Because people, I think we talked about this last time.
Oh yeah,
they're entertainers, and they don't realize that people that work hard all week long, some 6 days a week, some even 7 days a week, and they still have their phone on to the game because they enjoy watching football. Because that's their escape. That's their day to come down and barbecue and hang out and have friends over, and football in my house was a big deal. You had to get up in the morning, cook breakfast. At halftime of the first game, start the smoker. You know what I mean? Prep my meat. Then then by the evening, my food's coming out of the smoker. Everything's like it was a big deal. It was a day, and my girls would come over. Sometimes my parents would come over. A buddy would come over. And we'd all be in the living room together. One of the very rare times that we're all in the living room together watching TV. You know what I mean? And it sucks because I don't think I've watched an entire game all year.
So yeah, when we did talk about this, and I'm gonna go on a rant one more time because this was my big issue with it, and I got into it with a close friend. I got into it with a friend of mine's mom who I grew up with, and her husband's a police officer, and I respect absolutely no disrespect towards that family whatsoever. That family is absolutely respectable. Her husband has always been. He's a retired. And he's just a great guy, great human being. Always respected their opinions, but she was upset that I was excited about football and I had posted it. And she had said, don't you understand? Their BLM, it stands for this, it's against that. And my whole purpose was, look, not a single one of these athletes is going to change the way I vote. Not a single one. They can say whatever they want. That's called the First Amendment. And if I'm going to ask that, I told you that, I said that to you. It's got to be a 2-lane highway. I can just turn it off. I can look away. That's fine. You can have your moment. That's fine. It's what you're allowed. If I had something like that happen, that's fine. If I feel like it's political, I'll turn it away. That's it. But Sunday was what you just said. Sunday was a day of turning work off, turning bullshit off, laughing. Sunday was the day that you and I could get together and have opposite teams on the field, give each other super shit, and not mean a single ounce of hatred. It was just all in fun. Your team whoops my team's ass, and you get a coffee mug out of the bet, and we sit around and we watch the rest of the games. When Gabby and I got together, I said, look, I've bartended for so many years on weekends. Now that I don't work on Sundays, football season, those are my 16 weeks. Like, that's it. Like, that Sunday, I want sweatpants, salami, cheese and crackers, and snacks, and barbecue, and football on all day. And that's everybody's day to just relax, because that's what fall's great for.
Exactly.
So it took a day that meant that to some people. Let's have family over. Let's watch the game. Oh. You know who's a Philly fan? Let's offer them to come over. It was a camaraderie moment that took a sport that was so pure, and you're watching a competition that couldn't be paid off, and couldn't be bought, against two teams. You root, you express happiness, positivity, that energy. You get almost that energy back for Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, you do. You go in, and it made Mondays better. It does. It makes Mondays better because you took a Monday that sucked because everybody had to go back to work, and it's like, cool, Monday night tonight.
Monday night football.
Monday night tonight,
Yeah.
And that's...
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
I used to walk around singing that all day long.
You know how excited I am for this Monday night? I haven't been excited for a fucking day this long, and I mean... because of COVID and everything. I mean, literally everything between COVID and the riots and protests and BLM and just all the restrictions and it took football, and it was like a day of this and politics and all this shit, and it turned those living rooms that meant sanctuary, meant peace and laughter and happiness into, you really believe this? You really think that they shouldn't be kneeling? Why do you think that? And then they started butting heads. I've read people talk about this. They said it took their best friends and whittled it down to only one person coming over. Because nobody wants to be around each other anymore. Nobody wants to deal with it. Or half of my friends are watching, half of my friends are protesting it. Or boycotting it, or whatever. Yeah. And it just took this thing. I was like, you ruined it. You ruined the fun out of all of it. If I want to listen to your politics, I'll follow you on Twitter.
Yep.
I'll follow you. I'll say, yeah, hoorah, whatever, But I don't have to. And now, why is it unfair? Well, it's unfair because there's plenty of athletes out there who believe the other way, who are commending officers, or are going to vote the other way. How's that fair to them?
Yeah, they have to stay quiet, or else they're like blackballed, or
right.
Half their team hates them. You know what I mean? And it's stupid. I really think that's where the NFL, NBA, MLB really dropped the ball. Like, they really did. Like, they really dropped the ball as far as, hey, check it out, guys. I get you have these political affiliations. I get how you feel about this, but watching a basketball game, watching a baseball game, watching a football game is people's release. You are here to entertain, right? It's like you can get a Democratic actor to play a Republican president on a movie because he's getting paid money to do it. He's going to do it to the best of his abilities, right? Because it's a movie. It's an entertainment. That's their thing. That's what they got to do. Football, sports, that's their thing. That's what they worked since they were little kids playing Pop Warner, high school, college, now in the professional sports. They should have just said, hey, I get it. You can do whatever you want to do when you're not here, but when you're playing the game, when you're in the stadium, that it's fan driven, right? If they don't sell seats and they don't sell commercials, they're not going to get the money that they're going to be able to get. Their salary cap isn't going to increase every year. We're going to be fucked. And let's put on a show.
They're dealing with it.
Yeah, let's entertain.
You think that they're not dealing with it?
Oh, dude, I from what I've read, they're losing like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. First of all, there's no ticket sales.
Yeah.
Secondly, you've got half of your fan base boycotting you.
Exactly.
That's massive on people that are reliant on ticket sales.
And it's a business that's only open for. It'd be like a lot of the shops up here.
Yeah, a seasonal restaurant.
Yeah, seasonal restaurant. Yeah, I'm sure these little restaurants up here, don't put their political affiliation flags up because they don't know who's coming up. You know what I mean? And
it's a bad business decision.
It is.
It's a bad business decision because you're showing left or right, and you should just say we're neutral. We're just you're welcome. I welcome all kinds of.
I welcome all kinds of green money.
But then now the whole thing is it's all or nothing. Well, if that means you welcome Trump fans, then you must be a pedophile. You must support pedophilia. You must support rape. You must support. It's just like this whole all or nothing bullshit.
I give a shit what you do as long as like I've said this thing every episode. Don't push it on me. Leave me and mine alone, and I'll leave you and yours alone. That's the way it is. That's the way it should be. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what you believe in, but just let it be. Just let it be.
I agree. I 100% agree. It and it goes both ways because that was kind of the point with the NFL with the individual. We ended it civilly, but it was like relax. I can still support cops and watch football. It is possible.
Yeah, law enforcement in your house right now. Yeah.
How long is this boycott last till?
Right.
When am I allowed to watch football again? When am I allowed to post anything then? That's the whole thing. You start asking people, it's like, okay, so when am I allowed to post any type of excitement? When is it okay?
Yeah.
And if they can't give you an answer, well, they'll come up with stupid fucking answers. What they do. Yeah. And it's just okay.
It's like people are getting mad at people for posting like a get together at their house. You know what I mean? Like a birthday party. Oh my god, we're exposing Corona. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like just let it go. Like let it go. Let it be. You know what I mean? I'm exposing me to Corona. I'm not exposing you to Corona. Let it go. So when I go outside and I walk into Walmart or not that I go to Walmart, but Target, whatever, I have my mask on because you're asking me to and I'm being polite.
And people are posting, it's like, if I can stand in line at Walmart, I can stand in line at a voting booth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's not wanted. It's this, everybody keeps saying, this is going to be over when it's election's over. You understand that's probably going to be December, right? Yeah. December, January, maybe. Yeah, it's gonna with all the counting ballots. And
it's going to be a big old shit show.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be this whole argument of who's right and who's,
Yeah, so that documentary movie thing, Social Dilemma, it talks about how Facebook, Instagram, all these, they do these algorithms that go towards you, and then they talk about this country, and I want to say it's Malaysia, but I don't think it is. It's out in one of those, like the third world Asian countries, and how this president that wanted he was being kind of like the Republican, but over there's religion, Republican Democrat, but over there's religion. It was the whatever Malaysia religion is their what was their base religion. Mm-hmm. Now they have all the being taken over by Muslims, and this guy, the president, was going to lose to this Muslim candidate, and so he started he made it like where every phone that was sold, you had to download Facebook, you had to open an account, so the people at the AT&T store or whatever company they have there would literally turn your phone on, activate it, download Facebook, download the president thing on there. You had to have an account, and this whole election was just him bashing and starting all these false rumors about the Muslims were doing. So then it became like a huge civil war, to where it led to like 700,000 Muslims fleeing this country, where they were like burning down villages, killing people, and just lining them up in the road. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And they're saying, and what's happening now in America? Well, it hasn't gotten to that extreme yet, but
it would go to. I think it would go to like arresting people,
exactly,
for
yeah,
certain shit, or treason, or whatever.
Those encampments, like we do California with the Chinese, I believe it was, where they held them in camps because they thought they were spies, or they were gonna, do something back a long time ago.
Well, I can tell you, when the Patriot Act went into effect, not long after that, my buddy was having an issue. He got fired for some false accusations from his superior. So he had to have his superior served so he could take him to court. And they were kept avoiding him. So he wanted me to serve him. So my buddy and I sat in his like apartment complex in his car, sat in the dude's apartment complex parking lot at like 4 o'clock in the morning, up near Roseville, I think. And I was like, "Oh, hey, check out this new app I got. It's this police scanner." Like, we're bored. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're waiting for this dude to leave for work so I can go give him papers. And we're listening to scanners, and we're just going through, and we're like, let's listen to the East Coast, because New York, it's first thing in the morning. So we're listening to this interception of an email that they get from an individual. I'm going to be very vague because I only remember bits and pieces. We're like, wait, what? We're like listening. And it was an email that they intercepted from an individual who was talking about how terrible of a president Obama is, and that, God, he wish he could just shoot the motherfucker or something like that, whatever. Within minutes, they deployed like a mini SWAT team and went in and arrested this dude. And they were like, and we listened to the whole thing go. It was like 10, 15 minutes. And then they were like, okay, units, and they were like talking about all units deployed, and they were arriving on scene, and then breaching door, type thing, and they're knocking. They're like, suspect detained. And it was wild. And it was like, because he wrote an email, and he wish he could. No plans. No. I'm not saying the dude was right or right in the head or but what I am saying is I didn't follow it anything after that. But I wonder, that was it. That's all they needed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because if that's all they needed, that's terrifying.
That's scary.
Because we have devices listening all the time. And you say one thing about any politician where you're just like, oh, I wish that dude would just die or whatever. It means you can get a knock on the door by Minority Report. Tom Cruise can come in and drag you out for pre-crime.
That's crazy. Me and Nancy always joke about this. We always bring it from. We're looking for, because we've been buying stuff for the house and furniture. And we're looking for a table, and then we get all these ads for tables and stuff like that. And
I can go on for days.
It's some crazy shit, dude. It's scary.
I can go on for. I can tell you 3 or 4 times that my phone's done that without me Googling a single thing.
Yeah.
Not a single thing, because I always thought maybe I searched it. Maybe I searched it on there and it's linked to my Google account.
Yeah.
Nope. Talked about Ford pickups and how much I love the 80s Ford pickups. And all of a sudden, ads for 80s Ford pickups. Constantly for sale. All over the nation, but just Fords. Not Chevys, not Dodges, just Fords, and within the 80s cap. That happened then. I thought that was real creepy. We started talking about Broncos. So we wanted to kind of test it. And Gabby loves Broncos. Sure enough. Now Bronco ads. So I was at my buddy's house when I was learning how to set everything up for podcasting. Started talking to him about the best movie to watch for setting your surround sound to. And we were just bullshitting. I said, Days of Thunder for me or Top Gun. I was like, Days of Thunder though, man. With those cars rumble by.
Yeah.
I started getting in my feed? ads for Cold Trickle jackets and Days of Thunder memorabilia.
Oh, no way.
I'm not kidding. So much that I almost clicked on it. I was like, oh, that's really good. Wait a fucking second. And for days.
Yeah.
All kinds of Days of Thunder shit.
That's crazy.
I mean, these are just like rapid.
Something happened here for these what are they called? Pop dolls?
Pops? Yeah.
Pops. I started getting ads the day I left here when we were talking about them. Which is how I got your Ric Flair.
That's
yeah.
But now, here's the scary thing in that is there's people trying to speak out about it. There's a guy that quit Google, and Pokemon Go. Now here's one that's really weird. Google owns YouTube and Pokemon Go, right? Remember when Pokemon Go was coming out and it was a big thing and everybody's chasing around and everybody kept getting into accidents, killed. They were driving. There was videos of it all the time. Try to go find one of those videos on YouTube.
Don't exist.
They do not exist. You can find videos on the internet, but don't use Google to find them. Google owns, let me remind you, Google owns Pokemon Go and YouTube. You cannot find the videos that I've seen with my own eyes of people playing Pokemon in their cars and ramming into the back of a parked police car. You can't find them because that would be negative attention.
No, absolutely.
So the developer, there was a developer for Google, they were doing running tests, and this is where he morally quit. And he said they were running tests on Pokemon Go and want to see if they can get somebody to go into a Starbucks and get Pokemon. Now, what if they offered the person 15% off a cup of coffee? Can they get them to buy a cup of coffee by doing that? If they put a Pokemon in a Starbucks and did that. Now, we can't, and they found out, oh yeah, we can. Now what, can we get them to buy 2 cups of coffee by putting another Pokemon in Starbucks 3 blocks down the road and offering them 30% off? It was this game playing with humans of, can we get them by manipulation? And then, can we get them to not break and entering, but hop into a private property over a gated fence into somebody's backyard to catch a Pokemon if we put one there?
Watch The Social Dilemma, dude.
I'm going to.
It explains all of that, exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
But
and
further,
then,
I'm sure.
Yeah, and then because all these guys are the founding engineers of Facebook, Instagram.
It is manipulation.
Dude, and like it shows this one, like the guy says, if you're not on your phone and you've been like, say you're one of those people that just on your phone all the time, right? Like going through whatever it is, and they'll like, oh man, why is he on his phone? Why is he on his phone? Like, send him an ad for this because he likes that. Remember he was into this? Like, oh, he hasn't researched soccer in a long time, so stop sending him soccer ads. But he just was talking about XY, so send him ads about XY. So if it'll send you or hey, his friend is at Mel's Drive-In, McDonald's down the street. Send him a thing that way you pick up his phone, and then cool. Now send him an ad for XY. Send him, because now you looked up your friend at the McDonald's, and now cool. Send him an ad. Oh, we just sold that XY ad for I think 38 cents for him being on there for 30 seconds or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's super wild.
It's crazy. We were being asked, we were just like, what the heck? We can't say we already kind of knew what it was.
Oh yeah. I mean, look up. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out, but look up at people.
Yeah,
take a second to not take your phone out of your mouth for 1 hour. Sit somewhere where it's public, and just look. I dare anybody to do that for 1 hour. You will be amazed at how many people are just like this.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's driving up here. Many people's heads are like this.
While driving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. It's like, drive, dude. Like, it's not that important.
I blare my horn at them as soon as I see them when they're not. That's when I wish I want to install a train horn in our minivan. It'd be fucking hilarious. Just.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
My buddy had one in his truck. Scared the shit out of people.
I bet.
Got their attention though.
Hell yeah, it did.
Make them drop their fucking phone.
Totally drop it out of the car. It just drives me nuts.
I think they're illegal, and I think it's because it can cause people to have like heart attacks.
Oh, the horns.
Yeah, which I could see.
Yeah,
but yeah.
It's crazy though. Yeah.
Well, so, but yeah, everything's coming down from the big end. Back to the NFL a little bit. Sorry, Bengals fans that are listening. I'm gonna say some good stuff about Pittsburgh, and I hate that. But Pittsburgh, week 1, they wore on the back of their helmets, and they all wanted to be this united, we all wear the same name type of thing. The dude Rose Jr., who was shot by police officers like within minutes after being pulled over. But they didn't find out till later that Rose Jr. was also pulled over and shot because he was wanted for a drive-by. So then all of a sudden, some of the players went, you know what? I'm gonna pick their own names on the back of my helmet. You know, and Pouncey from Pittsburgh wore a slain officer's name.
So did
Eric
Alex
Kelly.
Villanueva.
And
My cousin.
he wore
he wore a military military vet.
What was his name? In 2005, he died in Iraq.
I
And you won't hear about it. But for me to, if that's something that I support, for me to just boycott the whole sport is to also just keep blinded on those people too.
We'll support that player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so what about that player?
Who's trying?
Yeah.
And they're not messing with him.
No.
For doing it, they're like, hey, cool, we could wear that. You know what I mean? So it's I'm not gonna let a group of people
all or nothing though. All or nothing.
Yeah.
You watch football, you're a total liberal.
That I am not.
No, but if you watch football, you are.
No.
You are. Don't you love that argument?
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's the easiest argument in the world.
Come on, man. It's I'm not gonna let a group of people. I'm not gonna let them win. That's one thing I'm not gonna let do. Because by me not watching football, that group won. Be whatever group it is, BLM, whatever, they win. They win.
It comes back to what we always talk about. It's like, I'll take care of my own.
Don't worry about what's coming on here. Yeah.
You don't worry about it.
Unless you want to pay my bills.
Yeah.
Then by all means, I will watch whatever the F you want me to watch.
Yeah.
Pay my bills. I will.
He does plenty of volunteer services for the CHP, for any of the vets, for the So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
One thing I want to do, I saw, and I'm gonna bite it off a guy. He set up a barbecue on I think it was like Friday evening into Saturday morning and Sunday afternoon for all first responders. Come on by and just grab dinner. He sat in his and it was like actually an entire neighborhood that did it, and they all like pitched in. They did like in a central location of the neighborhood. And all of them barbecued chicken, ribs, tri-tips and stuff like that. And other people made sides, and they just had the officers driving by, fire driving by, ambulance drivers driving by, just giving them plates. Here you guys go. Thank you very much for your service. That was so cool, dude. Like that's badass.
I think we're doing something similar. It's more like a send us the information, 2 officers or 2 firefighters, we're gonna come in, can we come in for lunch type of thing. And it's a like a safe haven. It's a little restaurant right on the lake, like a little lakefront. And they're allowed to come in and just have their lunch free away from people and just eat good food and take a break.
That's cool.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? Like, why don't we give them a restaurant, but one of their own, hey, because, we support them, it's my stepfather is ex-CHP and ex-military. So it's,
That's cool. I like
anyways, what do you think about the whole, the Breonna Taylor? I saw that the no-knock. The no-knock thing is a double-edged sword, because if you're doing a raid, okay, let's put it into some perspective. You're the cops. Your job is to stop me and whoever else is in my house with this fentanyl ring, and this is a hot spot where most people are getting the fentanyl and dying and having overdoses and shit, and you're selling it, right? Knock, knock, knock. Sheriff's Department. What the fuck do you think I'm going to do?
Flush it, run away.
What you just said was my first thought.
Yeah.
Dump it.
Pick up your gun.
Dump it. Now, if you don't catch me with anything, what happens?
Not
Nothing. Nothing. You might catch them with some scales.
much.
You might
Just paraphernalia, which is very minor.
Yep.
Yeah.
All easily, all easily talked out of.
I measure my food.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's where I think people are losing perspective. They just hear the no knock. Oh, it's terrible, it's terrible, it's terrible. Until you go, okay, but what if behind that door is a sex trafficking ring that girls are being snuck out the back or out through a tunnel?
Or killed
What
so they can't
if
talk.
it's coke or oxy or just heroin or and they're down the toilet because they've got time because you keep hearing
Hey guys, can
sheriff's
you come
department. Anybody in there? We hear everybody running around. We'll break the door down in 30 minutes. If you don't answer, we'll wait out here.
Yeah. It's I've talked to guys that have actually done those kind of warrants and stuff like that, and it's super scary adrenaline. Like it's not the easiest thing to do. You have to catch them, man. You have to catch the element of surprise is in their favor because you don't know what these guys have on the other side. And I'm gonna say, no judge will issue any of those warrants without homework being done first. So that apartment was surveillance. They were being followed. There was work put into it, months, weeks, days. Like it doesn't happen in a week. It doesn't happen in a day.
Oh yeah, no.
You know, it
how long
happen.
did we know where Bin Laden was? It was
Exactly.
like 200 and something fucking days before we finally
have to do
pulled
all
the
that
trigger.
research. Have to do all that research. Have to see, okay, who goes in there, what time they go there. They know what time he gets up in the morning. They know what time he takes his dump in the morning. You know what I mean? They have to know all that because they want it to be that.
Well, they have to be at least, what is it, 80 or 85% sure that there's something behind those walls. Otherwise, if there's not, somebody's gonna have.
Yeah, there has to be proof, dude. There has to be proof because no judge wants.
Because then the city's liable.
Exactly.
Or the county, depending on
that judge. He's what judges are voted in, right, by the communities. So now he's just signing off warrants and because he wants to. And now this happened. You know what I mean? This poor innocent person.
Yeah, it's a trickle down. It trickles down one way, it goes the other way too.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. No, there's no cop in the world. Okay, and there may be the one or two. Okay, that small percentage that will get up in the morning and just have a hard on because they want to pull that trigger or kill that certain.
Oh, it's minuscule.
Yeah,
it's minuscule. People always want to run around like, oh, you think they wanted a job with a gun because they didn't want to use it? You think that they want to go to work every day thinking like,
yeah, dude, I
sweating every traffic stop?
I own a few, and I pray every day that I will never have to use it except for fun, and to train with it. It's not something you want to do, dude. It's not something that I ever want to live with. You know what I mean? If I have to do it, I'm gonna do it. But I don't want to live with that. I don't want to live with a body on my.
Well, okay. Let's go back to the Pittsburgh player. And much love and respect for that. That's bold, and especially right now to support an officer. That's bold, and I commend you. Eric Kelly was an officer that his last words were, "Tell my wife and kids I love them." And I know it's a cliche line, but in the moments of death, that's all you can think.
That's all you're thinking.
He was killed because they went to a call of domestic violence where the perpetrator barricaded himself in there and was shooting an AK-47. So, to your point, the adrenaline rush coming on a drug raid would be quite a lot more in comparison to something like a domestic violence call. You know, typically those are handled pretty quick and swiftly.
Yeah.
You know, you separate the two and you basically can pretty much calm them down unless somebody's on something.
Right.
But that officer lost his life because of it. So yeah,
young guy too.
Yeah, so they're not supposed to be on edge when raiding a home that's supposed to be a drug ring, and they know that the people they have weapons to protect themselves. I get it. They raided your house, you'd probably fire because you didn't know. You wouldn't know.
You identify first, then you fire. But yeah.
But then a no knock?
No, yeah.
I know if somebody smashed your door and you heard that from the other room.
My gun, yeah.
Yeah, and what's gonna happen the first time they see threat with a gun?
Yeah, they're gonna fire. So I've been reading about that Breonna Taylor. I have watching different shows, or not shows, but like segments and stuff. And the boyfriend fired first. Breonna Taylor is dead because her punk ass boyfriend fired and ran behind her. He used her as cover.
So okay, so they raided. They basically breached the door.
Yeah.
In officers go.
Mm-hmm.
Then what?
The boyfriend that she had, who, from what I understand, the warrant wasn't so much for that boyfriend; it was for her old boyfriend, but he still had his residency there. But this boyfriend was still doing the same thing, so he picks up a gun, boom, fires, hit a cop. So they opened fire, but he hid behind her.
So why is none of that on?
Because that's not what CNN wants to put out there. That's not what George Soros wants people to know right now. He's happy with what's going on. They're happy with what's going on. It's.
Where's the body cam footage?
There is some. I actually saw a clip of.
Did you?
Yeah, I actually saw a clip the other day. Wasn't very good, but there is a.
But do they get the boyfriend firing the first shot?
Yeah,
So then it was justified, right? It was an unfortunate event. I mean, don't get me wrong. God, I mean, any individual who gets killed by,
anybody drives down the street and gets hit by a car, something sucked. Well, we're gonna start protesting cars.
I'm trying to put it in. What if it wasn't a drug ring? What if it was a sex trafficking ring? Would we feel so bad?
I don't.
What if behind that wall, she was an innocent bystander, but she was still dating the person running the sex trafficking ring that was in their house?
Well, apparently nobody cares because nobody cares about those 30-something kids that they
Oh,
found.
I know. Yeah, no, yeah. Where'd that?
Yeah, apparently nobody cares.
Those are whispers.
Nobody cares right now because it's not fitting their agenda right now. It's not what's selling the news. It's not what's selling, what they're talking about. I watched those 10 minutes of that newscast the other day. Was disgusted with it. Everything was just negative. I get it. It's the news. News. It's not called the good news. It's not Good Morning Sacramento or whatever it is, right? They got to put that out there. Man, it was just like, dude, they're like just drilling it down your throat, dude, like a cheesy porn, like just, it was like horrible. It's just like, come on, man, like start off, hey, you know what? 30 people got out of the hospital today because they survived Corona. Yay. Not. Well, today in California, we had 22 deaths. Now the number spikes up to da-da-da. Our numbers are now da-da-da. Our number, it's like, come on, well, how many people had the flu this week? How many people died because of car accidents, of drunk drivers? How many? If that's all we're going to talk about, let's talk about it. You guys want to throw out gruesome numbers? Throw them out there. How many kids died, committed suicide because of fucking social media? You know what I mean? How many kids, how many kids were found abused and neglected in a house because they're meth head parents? Let's talk about it all. Let's talk about it all. You know what I mean? And that's why I said I haven't been watching the news. I forgot what show I was watching. It was on, I believe it was 40, and then Fox 40, and then the news just kind of stayed on there, and I had it on because I was on my phone playing poker, and I was like, I looked up, and I kept hearing it. I was trying to ignore it. I kept hearing it, kept trying to ignore it, but they like literally. And today, Corona suffered death from Corona, and the coronavirus, and then it's some huge letters.
I think it's part of the reason I have such a headache.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious. I think it's just I feel like a science experiment. I feel like we're all almost like a fucking science experiment.
Watch the Social Dilemma.
I do. I am going nuts. No, I get that.
Yeah. No, but
look, some of the best vacations I've had. One of them was the deal was We were going away for a couple of days. Phones went off. We will check them at 8 a.m. in case any emergencies, any voicemails. We will check them at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and that is it. That is it. Phone's off. If we need to find a restaurant, we'll turn it on, find one, turn it off after that. And we forced ourselves to put our eyes up. Do it old school. Drive around. Not give a shit where you're going. We took a wrong turn. We'll flip a U. You know, just flip around, drive around, enjoy Monterey. And that was like one of the most peaceful vacations I think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever looked up as much. And that's a problem. That's an issue. It's an issue with my kids and their devices. My son got down this morning, he pulls the Nintendo Switch out, and he's like on the couch. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, no! Give me that thing. You know, I'm like, now you lost it until this evening. Is it just no? It's a no.
So they interviewed one of the main executive engineers for Pinterest on that show, and he's talking about how his kids are forbidden from social media. Forbidden.
Most of those corporate guys, they will not allow their children to have that.
The phones, they have a policy where the phones stay at the door, like in their house. They don't go into bedrooms. They don't go in there. It says he's all, I'm a CEO or the chief engineer guy, so I have to check my phone. So prior to dinner, check my phone. Okay, cool. No calls. Go eat dinner. Do what I got to do. Help the wife with the dishes. Yada yada yada. Help homework. Okay, cool. Kids are going to sleep. Let me check my phone. Oh shit, I gotta return this email. Don't knock it out. Phone goes back. Up to bed they go. You know, or watch a little TV. Up to bed they go. You know what I mean? And because they know what this is doing, they see the data, they see the everything, and they're saying like, and at the end of this, so I keep going back to this because it's pretty mind blowing, dude. What this show was talking about. They start talking about things that you can do so you're not being monitored so much, like turn off notifications, do all this other stuff.
Did you turn off your thing? This is a while back. This is a couple of months ago. The tracking from the COVID thing?
It was never on. I checked it when I saw it.
So mine was never on, but my wife's was.
Really?
Yeah. Because I checked it, and I was like, sure enough, shit. After the update, they installed a COVID tracking thing.
Yeah.
Mine's not on, and I went and looked at hers, and hers was on.
Turn it off?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I never checked the girls.
What the fuck? You know, so then people want to know, like, why are they... When you enter in these contracts, what do you think's in the fine print?
Yeah. That everybody goes...
They're listening.
Agree.
Everything's listening.
They tell you it's paint.
What is the most valuable thing in a business? Data. Data. Without it, you don't know where to go.
Nope.
And that's all these things are. Yeah.
Yeah, watch that show, man. Watch that show.
I will. I'm avoiding it because I know what it is. It's an award system. There's like, it's a reward. When people post pictures and they get a bunch of likes and stuff, it's like this endorphin rush and they get this, there's a chemical reaction. It's like they're winning a sticker almost. Like, you know, like they won a little golden star for their week in kindergarten. And then, oh, there's another one. Oh, this person liked it too. Oh, and it makes you feel something. I get it.
And they're talking about how like kids, like, so since 2000, was it 2009, 2010, something like that, or 2001, whenever Facebook was created, and then all these other social media sites started coming up, like the teenage suicide rate was, let's say, 10, right? And how it's literally gone up 100 to 150% every year since the creation of like Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff. It's nuts, dude. I was just like, holy shit, dude. Like, that's just mind-blowing.
And do you know how you combat that? Not by programs that teach kids how to speak to one another, what harmful words can do to one another. You don't combat that shit. That is combated in the home by teaching your kids there are sucky people out there. They're going to make fun of you.
Yep.
And you know what? Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
And you keep walking.
Keep walking.
Because otherwise... each one of those times are going to fill up a jar until it's ready to burst, and then next thing you know, you find yourself on the ledge of a building ready to jump because so many people have called you this one name. When in reality, if you would have just went, go fuck yourself. What do I care about you? You barely like yourself. You know, what's
exactly
if you had that mindset, you'll be fine. You'll live, you'll survive, and you'll thrive.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
I grew up, dude, with 2 or 3 T-shirts in my drawer, dude. Couple socks that were already all wore out. You know what I mean? Clothes that was not of fashion. Used to get bullied, dude. And I'd be like, I don't care. My mom cooks dinner for me every day, dude. Like,
oh, but it's different now, Javi. It's different. People put their faces on videos, and everybody sees it, and everybody. It's different now.
Yeah, it
is it?
No, in my opinion, no. But
no,
I get it. I dealt with 2.
Teach your kids how to go. So you spend all your time on a phone for me?
Yeah,
it's weird.
And
then walk away. You know?
Yeah, I told me, hey, if you're not doing it right, you wouldn't have a hater.
Right.
Yeah, if you're not doing things right, that someone hates you because you're doing something right. You know.
I mean, just teach him how to talk shit back. Like, God, like, get off my nuts.
Denise kid vouch for this, and even Desiree, Dad. So I got a kid that keeps telling me this, and this. What can I say? Oh, tell him this, tell him that, tell him that. You know what I mean? And they'd be like, okay, cool.
Embarrass him.
Yeah, like do this to him. Like just look at him, laugh at him, or whatever. You know what I mean? Is that right? Maybe not. Maybe in the grand scheme.
They started it.
Yeah,
I'll finish it.
Exactly, and that's my motto, dude. Mm-hmm. Like you want some?
That was my dad's. He was like, you don't start it.
Yeah.
Make sure your ass finishes it.
No, absolutely. And that's all my mom. Don't start in a fight. But they try to hit you, you hit them. You hit them till they don't hit no more. Like, yeah, and that's why I told my girls, like, don't ever let anybody win, especially talking. If they talk, a dog, we have Chihuahuas. Why do they bark a lot? Because they're trying to make themselves seem bigger than what they are.
Oh, small dog syndrome.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
I can't do small dogs.
We're
done. We had our small dogs, and I was like, well, this is it. No more small dogs after this.
So these were going to go to the pound. And we saved them.
Yeah, so was this other one.
And yeah, trust me, man. I'm over animals in my life right now.
I can't do it. They're too yippy. They piss on shit when they're mad.
Yep.
It's too much stuff.
Yeah. No,
big dogs are like, boom, they lay next to you. They know when they've done something bad. They look
hide,
down. Yeah. They're just easier.
But we have them. So, and that's what I always try to explain to the girls. Like, they're doing it because they're feeling bad about themselves. You know, and one thing is, we lived in a nice area too, growing up, and we didn't have the money. Like, you know, we're finally stable.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh, Dad, how come we're not going to Cancun for our 2-week break? Because I gotta work, and your mom's gotta work, and we can't afford it. You know, and how come we're not going to go to Italy this summer?
Because our last name's not Bezos.
Yeah, well, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they went to school with these kids that would do that, or Dad, you know, Breonna just got a new Benz or something. Cool, you got a used Jetta. Like, right on. I'm, you know what I mean? Like,
I've thought a lot of this stuff through because I've got my 13-year-old now. It's fucking weird to say. And I've thought all that, like, look, it is what it is. Our life is what we get by. We respect what we have. We appreciate it. And you're not going to get handed over a Mustang. Sorry. Not going to go sign off on a lease or payments so that my 16-year-old can drive a car nicer than what I've ever had. You know, there's just no way. What your ass is going to get is pick out a broken car. Go online and find a classic. I want it made of steel. And we're going to put a new engine in it. We're going to build it together. You know, so yeah, my son's already picked out. He wants a Nova. And
nice.
I said, or not Nova.
Malibu?
No, sorry. Those are harder to come by. Dart.
Oh, okay. Dodge Dart.
He wants a Dodge Dart. And I said, all right. Now pick out a fuel-injected engine that's 6 cylinders or less, and we're going to put it in. That'll be your first car. And we're going to make sure it's fuel-injected so it's reliable. We're going to have power brakes, you know, but we are going to put it together ourselves because I have those skills, and it's literally what has saved me. I've been on the side of the road. I have had the knowledge to be able to fix my cars, repair them on the fly, save hundreds to thousands of dollars. You know, like, all because when I was young, I wrenched. That's it. I wrenched with my dad. We worked on cars, and that's what we did.
I wish I could say that. No.
Yeah. So they're going to pick a car, but it's more than that. It's if they wrench on it, if they go and buy it, and they drive like a fucking madman off the road and get this paint in the clear coat scratched up, what do they give a shit? They just threw a signature at it. They build it though. You fucking scratched my car, you know, like you know what
Don't
we
you dare
did?
eat French fries in the back
you
seat.
know how many, how long that took us to clear coat? You know, like there's appreciation, there's value to it.
There's honor in it.
If he gets into a wreck, he's in a steel fucking tank.
Oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
I'm hoping the other person's alive. You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that's the other reason is I
Yeah.
want my kids safe. And third, why I said 6 cylinders or less is because I had a Camaro in high school that was 6 cylinders, and I pushed that thing to the limits. And if I would have had 8 in that thing, I probably would have ended up wrapped around a tree or dead. Because there's no way I'm giving my teenager 8 cylinders. No way. It's too much oomph. You know, whether it's fuel injected or it's carbureted.
Yeah.
That's too much power. And but my other son, he wants a Mitsubishi Eclipse motor inside of a. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be a total blasphemy thing, but you know what? It's 4-cylinder. So, and he's got to push the weight of a steel car, so
yeah,
it'll slow it down a bit.
It will.
But no, it's
funny.
Yeah, it's. I don't even know why we got spun off on that, but.
Just bullies and kids and.
Oh yeah. So it's just about development, and that's what I'm teaching my kids now. Is these other punk kids, they don't have anything else to spin their mind with. You know, there's no value there. There's nothing.
It's an artificial life.
Yeah,
man. It really is.
No,
I tried. I think we did a good job.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
You had any more incidents with that?
No.
I figured you wouldn't.
No.
You come out with a piece. Anybody? Yeah.
90% butt naked. Yeah, I scared him.
I think. Yeah, I guess if you didn't have a piece, you probably still scared me. No,
it's all a front, bro. You know I'm the nicest guy you've ever met, dude.
No. If I went to battle, I'd want you on my side.
Yeah.
You'd be one of my top 3 choices.
Handle it. Yeah, so
you're one of those guys where you seen The Town, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're one of those guys that if you were like roll up into my house and you're like, turn your phone off. And I did. You're like, we gotta go hurt some people. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you who.
Yeah.
I would be the dude on the other side of that in The Town where he's like, whose car are we taking?
It's yeah, man. It's funny, dude.
No, it's just because I trust you, though. It is because you are nice. If you had to, I know it was like shit just got real.
We got a good compliment on the show, by the way. So my neighbor Frank lives across the street. New neighbor. His wife's very sick right now, man. My prayers go out to her. But he said that he listened to our shows and he loved our conversations, and he's all. I've always known you're a good dude because I've only lived there since May, and he's like, but listening to the way you talk and listen to your buddy talk too, you guys are like, now I know why you're a good guy. Like just the conversation you guys had, the values you guys have when you guys talked about family and your kids and your wives and stuff. He goes, because he drives, he takes pictures of cows and bulls and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
Before they goes to that's what he's done for his.
Huh.
He's had 4 shows done on him, because of the field. I guess it's very few and far, and so he has to go like to Oregon, and he was in Maryland this past couple weeks, and he goes to Canada every once in a while, and I mean travels all over the United States and doing stuff, taking these photographs, and he's got a Dodge Diesel that has 750,000 miles on it. It's still going strong.
What year is it?
Honestly, I don't know.
It can't be the original motor.
Yeah.
It's an original motor?
Original motor.
No shit.
Yeah, it's a diesel. The thing's loud, dude. It sounds like a freaking
Yeah, but
diesel.
that's a lot of. There's some maintenance to diesel engines.
Oh, absolutely.
There's plenty of maintenance.
I'm sure he does it because he drives it all over the place. He just drove it to Utah the other weekend.
I'd be nervous. We're waiting for it to just go.
Oh, absolutely. He said it's going to go eventually, but until it does, it does.
He's just going to run the wheels off.
Yeah, because he got all his work equipment in the back. He's got a camper shell on it, and he's got it all set up with everything that he needs. They have to do like work, like 2 days worth of work before they take the photographs.
Yeah.
They got to clean them up and dress them, and
I'm
not dress
excited.
them in outfits, but just.
I'm excited to work on these.
The truck is badass.
I mean, what year is it?
His truck, I don't remember, man. It's I'm gonna say it has to be like a 2000 maybe, right about there.
Okay, so it's got like that round.
Yeah,
style.
the round, yeah. It's not like an old one. But he just drives it so much.
I hate Dodges. I know your buddy's probably gonna hate me. But
yeah,
that's impeccable to hear about a Dodge.
We had a Dodge Durango. We bought it brand new. First car me and Nancy ever bought brand new Dodge Durango, and literally it made it to 12 years. And at 12 years, something little happened to it, and from there it would just literally every other month it just kept snowballing, and till it finally just said.
2 months. We had our Durango for 2 months.
Really?
Engine.
Wow. Yeah, I'll never buy another Dodge again.
We have the Dodge minivan and $4,000 transmission in it. Also, has to be taken back again for the second time. Thank God I bought the warranty.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because it went out after we had it repaired, and that was a pretty penny to rent a freaking rental car.
Oh, I bet.
While they were repairing it for 3 days. So, yeah, that was almost $800 just to rent the fucking car. Yeah. Anyways, now it's shifting again. Weird. So I gotta take it back. But Dodges, man, and it's a 2017.
Yeah.
We bought it with 17 miles on it. I mean, it was barely driven off the trailer. You know, I mean, it was like it had maybe probably taken out for one test drive. Like it was. So, anyways, yeah, I won't buy any more Dodge. I'll buy an old Dodge, but I'll put a different motor in it.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. Is it just needs to be reliable.
I grew up a GMC kid. My dad, even Chevy, he wouldn't buy Chevy. It had to be a GMC because that's GMC's what Chevy's made with the leftover GMC parts. I'm sure you understand. Yeah.
GMC is supposed to be the upper brand of Chevy.
Yeah, it is. It's still a General Motor. You look at the engine that my dad has in his truck and the engine that I had in my Chevy. It was the exact same engine. Yeah.
Well, they're the same trucks.
Yeah, same truck.
GMC Silverado and GMC or the Chevy. What is it like?
Chevy Silverado and the I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, but yeah, it's the same Sierra. GMC Sierra.
Yeah, they're the exact same.
Same thing. Just one has a little bit more features than the other. Which, yeah, it is what it is.
We've got to get this one done though. We've got to get it wrapped up before winter.
Have you been working on it?
No, I took a break there for a little bit. It's been a funk. The past couple of weeks has been a funk. It's we a lot of shit's been going on. I mean, that's just to say about 2020. But
yeah, I'm ready for this year to end.
Past 2 weeks, it's been a wreck.
It's been in the air, bro. Because we've been the same way. Like I haven't been working out. I haven't been.
Yep,
I've been
here.
just. I don't have the energy to do.
Yeah.
And Nancy's like, oh, maybe it's the season's changing, and just work has just been. Oh.
No, it's not. It's mental energy.
Yeah.
I start thinking about stuff and I'm just like, no, I don't want to.
I don't have the drive right now. I don't. Like we're gonna go after this. I gotta go home and then do some stuff, and it's like, I don't even want to fucking do it, dude. I want to go home and just sit and.
I look forward to football.
Yeah.
I look forward to Sundays.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want to do anything but sit in my sweatpants and watch football and play with my kids.
You know what? I think tomorrow. Tomorrow. Like we went Costco yesterday and bought a bunch of stuff, and I told her, I'm making breakfast sandwiches on Sunday morning, and And tomorrow, you know what, dude? Fuck everybody. I'm gonna sit down on Sunday like I normally do and watch the Red Zone in the morning. Or no, I gotta watch the Snyder game in the morning. She's playing at 10, and then watch the Red Zone for the rest of the afternoon.
Bengals are playing Philly.
Okay.
So we got both two games going on.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, we'll see. They're both looking for a win.
Yeah,
and it's in Philly.
I like the Bengals quarterback, dude.
There's a few things I like about it. I like what he says. There's a couple things I didn't like what he says or what he said. I don't like. Let's start with what I don't like. I don't like when he's asked about other quarterbacks that he might have watched growing up. Like, did he learn from them? Did he? And he always is like, I didn't really watch football. I didn't really watch it. I just played it. I think that's kind of cool. It's sort of humble, but at the same time, it's like, if I would want to be the greatest, I would want to learn from the greatest. If I'm going into the NFL, I'd want to see what the NFL is about. And that was kind of like I felt like a showing his age. And, you know, there's a lot of things you can learn. You can take Big Ben, you can take Michael Vick, and you can take Peyton Manning and learn a magnitude of different skill sets by just watching those three quarterbacks throughout their careers. Because they are
three different
separate.
styles.
Yeah. They are one big dude that's hard to take down, one dude that's an excellent pocket passer, and one dude that can run and pass. I mean, you could learn a lot from when a line breaks down, when a pocket collapses, on all three of them, and what works out and what doesn't work out. You know, like, and I'm sure you can learn a lot of that from college too, but college is faster. Yeah. College is higher scoring. Why? Well, everybody is playing to their limits. And what I mean by that is these weeks, all the way up until about week 6, nobody's playing at 110 because they don't have to yet. When you're in college, you're a nobody.
Yeah.
You don't play at 110.
You're trying to get to the show.
Yeah. If you don't play at 110, you might as well start buffing your resume and start applying to jobs. Yep. And that's why they're high scoring. That's why they're so bare knuckle, just hard hitting, dive, laying out for catches, making miraculous. I mean, just because they are all or nothing.
That's why I like college basketball. I like college football too, but college basketball.
Mizzou.
You want to watch a good basketball game? Watch UOP.
Watch any college game. They're playing for passion and to win. Yeah. They're like the Raiders. Just win, baby.
Yeah, Raiders have been surprising.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
That's
Raiders.
Perfect spot.
Yeah, it's beautiful stadium. Beautiful stadium.
I wish they would have built like a giant pirate ship. I think that would have been so sick.
Or the outside of the stadium built it into their shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's so with Burrow, I see potential. He has a lot of humbleness. Now, he made a lot of rookie mistakes, and I knew that was coming. Both you and my buddy text me, and they're like, Burrow, when he made that first run in. I'm like, calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. Because I saw a lot of rookie level shit.
He is a rookie. And
he got thrown to the Wolves.
Yep, got thrown in. I wasn't happy about that for him. But you never know.
If I was Brown, this is what I would have done. We're going to grab Cam Newton. Cool. We're going to let you go anywhere you want to go, but we need to get you teaching this young kid, and we're going to pay you for the next year or two. Oh, Pats are offering you a 1-year deal. We're going to give you a 2-year deal with a little bonus just so you can teach this kid.
Yep.
What do you got to lose?
Yep.
Well, we build a line. Cam teaches him. They're semi-similar.
Very similar, actually.
And you get a number 1 quarterback that gives you at least a bit of a chance to do something. Now, you throw Burrow in, you're really rolling the dice on injuries. You don't know, he doesn't know how to protect himself, or he hasn't learned all this, like how fast it is, and he's learning quick though. Yeah. Now, he made a really stupid pitch. I'm sure you saw it. That stupid pitch that he...
Thursday night game? No, not Thursday.
The one before. Night. In the very next play, shotgun, snaps, runs it himself. I mean, it felt like he knew he fucked up, and he's like, let me make this one right. Yeah. And he drove it and took hits. He didn't slide. He took hits, and he went for first. So I was like, okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was something I saw from him. I was like, that was cool. He's got a lot of humbleness. He's got a lot of, his first game, he goes, I'd rate myself a D.
Yeah, he's not a cocky asshole. You know?
No, I do like that.
Oh, he's a family kid, too. I mean, I haven't read much about him, but I know, his family was at every game. And it wasn't, his cousins. It was, his mom, his dad, his sister, and his brother. They're there every game. He calls his dad every game. And, they still watch film together and all that stuff. It's something to be said about that, man.
But without an offensive line, we're not going to keep him.
Yeah, George Kittle's the same way. Talks to his dad every day. don't know if you ever heard anything about George Kittle. His
Yeah,
dad
oh, yeah.
writes him a letter every Sunday.
Kittle, very underpaid.
Yeah, he is, man. He is. Niners should have gave him the farm, but we didn't
God,
have
you
the
guys
farm
are
to give him.
so injured right now.
It's horrible.
What my buddy was saying, 17 injuries.
Yeah, it's horrible. I think Bosa,
White flag, man.
Thomas, no.
It's just white flag time. I said, this is what I said. They're either throw the towel in, go for the first round pick, rebuild next year, or you're going to come back like a beast in the late season. Because everybody will be healthy and fresh and ready to go while everybody else is tired.
Next man up. Dude, our D line is actually pretty deep. So I'm not too worried about our D line because they got that, what's that, Jones guy, whatever the heck his name is. So much how much I paid attention to football this year. The Jones kid in there, big kid.
I'm trying.
And
it's fast. It's fast this year.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't preseason to get.
Well, not
familiar.
just that, but like there's all the new quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, Minshew. You've got. I'll tell you what. My favorite underrated quarterback is Fitzpatrick.
I think he's got the same beard. That's
I
why.
fucking love Fitzy. I love Fit. I wish he was a Super Bowl quarterback so bad.
He's funny. That's what he's got a personality.
Yeah.
He handled business all the. And mind you, it was the Jaguars, but he handled business.
Say what he typically does in the first few games.
Yeah, first 6 games of
and
the
then
year.
he doesn't have the stamina, I guess.
Well, he's 37, which I guess is not old.
Fitzpatrick is still cool. Anyways,
yeah. You guys are beer bros, so you go.
I told my buddy, I said both Fitzpatrick and Minshew look like they should be actual Vikings.
Yeah. Minshew's funny, dude. The way he dresses and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually had to pick him up. I had Garoppolo and I had Drew Luck.
You didn't have Barkley, did you?
No.
Ooh,
that
was.
No.
Running backs just don't last.
They don't. But
I don't know why anybody would want to be a running back.
Yeah.
It's almost like just tick, tick, tick.
This is probably the most hit on that whole entire team. The most hit. Because, they run up the middle. They're getting hit 5-6 times.
Remember Adrian Peterson? That one year he was like the elite. Everybody was like, he's almost Barry Sanders' ass. And then long way down he fell.
Yeah. Well, he humbled himself and now he's still a good running back. He's not what he used to be, obviously.
They never are.
Yeah. No.
Nobody has ever been as good for a long time as much as I'd say the only two that come to mind are Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. To have longevity in their career.
Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Frank Gore's been on some horrible teams and had some great seasons.
He's like a little elephant. He's just like a fucking truck.
Gorilla. Love that motherfucker, dude. I was so mad at the Niners.
It's hard to pull down.
Yeah. He's got heart.
He's got thighs. He's got
that
thighs.
too.
Like, he's got like Serena Williams thighs.
Yeah, I loved him on the Niners. I was super upset when they didn't sign him again. And I get why. You know what I mean? It's just
your division's stacked right now.
Dude, fucking
Arizona's not playing.
Yeah. Arizona, Seattle's come out fucking out of nowhere. Rams, you knew they were going to be good. They're a bot team too, but they're like any LA.
Rams Stadium is impressive.
Yeah,
that is
badass.
Impressive.
It's pretty badass. I want to watch the Charger game this weekend because Dez went to Oregon, U of O, and Justin Herbert starting for them again. And he actually had a decent game for the Chargers, so
yeah, I saw that.
To see,
kind of lit it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he does.
Chargers need to go back to San Diego.
Absolutely, 110%.
Why? Why are we doing a Clippers-Lakers thing?
Yeah, stupid. You can't do that with NFL.
Can't do it with the NFL in LA. You're not gonna have a fan base. Every person I've met that's the Dodger fan is either an actual hardcore Dodger fan or they know nothing at all. There's no in between. There's no, oh yeah, we're for Dodger fans. Or no, they're either like, they know stats. They know like every little detail or they know nothing at all. So there's no, LA just doesn't have a fan base.
It's too busy.
Yeah, it's too big. It's too busy. It's too, I don't know. They just don't have that camaraderie thing.
It's too big. I think it's just too big of a city. I get big cities, but it's too big of a city.
Well,
too busy of a city.
Right, let alone to have 2 teams in one stadium. If you're going to do that, break it down by upper and lower,
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, exactly. Like,
but like San Diego had, technically San Diego is pretty much just a few hours.
2 hours away from
Yeah.
LA.
I don't think has any team ever been as close than the Niners and the Raiders? They're like 40 minutes, let alone maybe 20.
Isn't Cincinnati and the Browns, aren't they fairly close to each other? Cincinnati, the Bengals, the Browns.
Where's Cleveland?
Ohio.
How far is Cleveland from Ohio?
But they're right. Yeah, that's something to look up because and also Baltimore.
How far is Cleveland from Cincinnati? No, it's almost 4 hours.
Yeah, wow.
It's 3 hours 46 minutes.
Well, Baltimore isn't Maryland and Washington D.C. close to each other. I don't know. I've never been to the East Coast, so yeah. But no, across the bay, like an hour, not even an hour drive if you didn't have traffic. If you didn't have traffic, I think the stadium would probably be, well, when they play at Candlestick, 20 minutes away from each other.
That's the other reason I like the Bengals is the story behind how they got started. That he was one of the creators for the Browns, and then they got rid of him, and he was like, well, fuck you then, and went over to Cincinnati and started his own team. Yeah. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm all right. Yeah, I don't think anybody's been as close as like a 30-minute drive.
No. It'd be, I think, if you didn't have any traffic, it'd be, you'd probably make it from Candlestick to
could you see the Coliseum from Candlestick?
I don't think so. No.
Almost.
Maybe.
If late at night, you might see the lights.
You might see the lights.
That's what I mean. That's close.
I know you got caught up in traffic on Sunday games.
Right. Yeah, that was always the worst. You always had to like account for that traffic out of Candlestick.
A couple of times I remember coming home from Candlestick and there was either a Giants game getting out or an A's game getting out, as well as a Raider game getting out. Dude, you had a 4 hour.
I hope you were going to San Jose.
Yeah, you had a 4 hour drive, dude. It was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, that's well, I always say it. I'm not going to Santa Clara.
Yeah, I've been there. It's a nice stadium.
I'll go there if they play the Bengals.
Yeah, it's dude. The stadium's badass.
I'll go there if they play the Bengals.
They have a craft beer section. You get sushi. They have a 5-star restaurant in there.
In fact, if next, so that's what we should do. If next year they end up playing in,
let's do it.
Yeah, let's get tickets.
110.
Let's make sure it gets tickets.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I planned with my uncle from Oregon to go to I think we wanted to go see Green Bay this year. Come to Camels to Levi Stadium.
Green Bay's out to prove something.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Bro, he's out to prove something. I think he knows his clock's ticking.
Yeah, well, they drafted that one quarterback was named Love or whatever. The kid from I forgot what college he's from. He's good though.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Brett Favre.
Yep.
When they drafted Rodgers.
Montana and
Young?
Steve Young. Yeah.
They pulled Young over from the Bucks.
Yeah.
They didn't draft Young.
They didn't draft Favre.
But they made Young sit on the bench for what, 2-3 years?
2-3 years, yeah. They didn't draft. Green Bay didn't draft Favre.
No, they didn't. But they drafted Rodgers. Remember, Favre was upset about it. He goes, "I'm not done."
Yeah. And then I remember he wouldn't show Rodgers anything.
Right. The first year they had a big
Yeah.
He didn't want to.
I actually think the whole entire time they were there, they really didn't get along. Favre's like, I'm not going to show my replacement
This is
anything.
very reminiscent. Yeah. I mean, dude, Rodgers out to prove something. Green Bay's not to be fucked with right now.
No, hell no.
I was telling my buddy, I think the team that's being underrated right now just because they have a loss, 2 losses, is Atlanta. Yeah. Holy shit. Ryan has almost thrown for 800 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
6 touchdowns and 1 interception.
You got crazy ass wide receivers. They're stacked.
He's lost. His last game was lost by 1 point, and they went for 2, and they didn't convert.
Yeah.
Would have been a tie.
Would have been a tie.
The game before that was 5 points.
Oh, they're close.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Because if they get those, and the rest of their schedule is not that difficult.
Team I'm disappointed with is the Bills, man.
Bills are always disappointing.
I just, you know what, man? I root for them. They're kind of like my under the covers. You know, the fat girl that you dated before. You know what I mean? I've always rooted for the Bills. Always rooted for the Browns too.
My buddy Spencer and I have always said, if there's any team, if the Niners didn't exist, Bengals didn't exist, the only team I could be a fan of would be the Eagles.
Really?
Philly fans are fucking crazy, bro.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
They're nuts. They're passionate about their team.
So my buddy, a guy I used to work with,
The Eagles has some history.
They got to go. They went to a Philly game and the Eagles game in the same week, and they said it was like the greatest week of their life. I said it was crazy, like just crazy, fun. Like they're like, dude, we never left a restaurant the entire week we were there, and we were at the games.
Crazy.
We on the way to games, you stopped at bars that were exclusive for Philly fans, and then once the Philly game was over and you were ready to go football, it was an exclusive Eagles, and it was crazy.
Could you imagine being in Philadelphia the year they won it?
Oh, that'd be probably crazy. Yeah, that'd be badass.
Blackout.
Yeah, fun.
I'd be like, does anybody film any of that?
Yeah, no. My buddy said it was one of the greatest weeks of his life.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then my other boy got to go to a Yankee game, and then I believe it was a Giants game in the same week too.
I miss the roar of the stadium.
Oh,
this
dude.
pumped in shit has got to go.
It's so bullshit, dude. It's so
There's something to be said about being in it. You know, when you're in it and you can feel the rumble in your chest when somebody completes a touchdown.
Yep. So I've been to big games. I've been to the NFC Championship game when the Niners beat the Cowboys to go to Super Bowl. Last Super Bowl Steve Young won. I've been.
Wait, was that Steve Young or was that Jeff Garcia? Was that the one with Owens did the catch in the end zone?
That was a couple years later. No, this NFC Championship, Steve Young. That's the year they played the Chargers. They went to the Super Bowl and won. Jeff Garcia never got us to the Super Bowl. I was at that game.
He got the playoffs. There was that one game.
I was there for that game. That was against the Eagles.
I think that might be right.
And that was a game. I got those seats for $25 because there was floods going on everywhere and it was raining super bad and people didn't want to go to the game. It was a wild card game. When Terrell Owens, that was right in front of us. We were in the end zone, like literally 6 rows up, 4 rows up. We actually jumped on the field that game, and like we're running around. Steve Young's giving an interview. I'm beelining, dude, 100 yards to Steve Young, so I wanted to like give him a high five. And he was doing the interview, and as soon as I was like getting close to him, probably like from me to you, I went to go try to hit his back, dude, and he like took off running into the tunnel. Oh. But I still have, because back in those days, they used to fax over the formations. And those papers were just flying all over the field. So me and my buddy picked up a bunch of them. I still have some. Yeah, they were like little fax pictures that they would fax down to the field.
So my stepfather who was a CHP in San Francisco, and he was part of the Golden Gate division. He was in his unis, and he wasn't even supposed to be there, but he would just walk onto the field because he was a cop. And nobody asked anything, so he would just walk on the field, watch the game, and then he was leaving actually, and he's leaving the game, going around the bend right there, you know, as you're leaving Candlestick, and this is like the 80s, you know, and there's an accident, and he had to stop because you know he's a cop, so he made sure everybody's okay, and then once everybody's okay, he's all okay, backup's on the way, I gotta go, and he got out of there. Because he knew the cops were on the way, and he wasn't supposed to be.
That's funny shit.
He wasn't on duty, so. Anyways,
that's cool.
But again, stadium was in the city.
Yeah, my buddy is a Alameda sheriff, and they got to do the Raider games and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. No.
Not anymore. Oakland's sad, man.
Oakland.
They're sad that they lost the Raiders. They didn't want to. No. They did everything they could. But I'm telling you, Vegas is the spot.
Yeah.
And Stockton, if you fly out of Stockton, it's $50. You basically pay that in parking. Have a Uber take you to the stadium.
I told Bub, dude, yeah, let's go, dude. Let's go. Niner Raider game.
I told Gabby, I was like, why would we not just go to Vegas for dinner like one time? Like save up and be like, hey, this will be our date night. It's a $50 flight.
Yeah. Leave at 4 in the afternoon and
leave in the morning. Go gamble some, have some dinner, and then leave. Yeah, and then leave at night. You take the last flight back.
That would be cool. That'd be a fun day.
Yeah, why not? It's literally $50 to get there. I know because I'm going next month to see my grandfather. It's a $50 flight right out of Stockton. It's always been like that.
Yeah.
And the Stockton overnight parking is $10. So if you're only going for the day, it's $10.
Not bad at all.
Nope. Quick flight, 40 minutes. You're there.
I hate flying. so scary.
I'm not a. I like flying. I've always been like, look, it's such a cynical way of looking at it. We're going down. We're going down. Hope we live. You know, like it is what it is. If this was my time, this was my time. I know that's cynical, but that's how I get over it in one flying.
And that's something they say, oh, be really careful driving. If my time to go, it's my time to go. I always tell her that, right? And she gets super pissed when I say that too. But so we're coming back from Gualala, right? That's where we went camping at. Bodega Bay, about an hour north of Bodega Bay, about an hour south from Fort Bragg. But so on the way up there, driving the one, I really didn't. There are a couple of turns where I was like, "Oh fuck, we're on the cliff."
Mm-hmm.
But on the way back, dude, you're driving
down?
oceanside down.
Yeah.
And holy
you
crap,
nervous?
dude! Oh, I don't like heights.
Oh, really?
I'm not a heights guy, dude.
Oh, so Barcelona might be a.
I don't know. I'll be really intoxicated, but I mean,
it's a 15-hour flight.
I know, that's crazy.
But I figured the tickets that I found were we leave in the morning, and or like in the evening we arrive in the morning, so we just sleep.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
Has to be a rough one.
Nah, you sleep, bro. Just sleep. Literally, like that's where you what you do is the night before, stay up. Make yourself stay up all night so that when you get to the airport, drink a little. That stuff settles you in. You once you take off.
Yeah.
You know what started it was. We want to do a vacation. We want to do it next year. We want to we really want to go either to Maui or out of state, or out of the country. And I'm watching Diners, Drives, and Dives with Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
And he's in Barcelona. I'm like, oh shit. You don't hear much about Barcelona. It's fairly safe to go visit. Yeah, it'd be a beautiful place to go and look at the history and experience the food and all that. What you can. So I started looking up. I was like, what the fuck? It's cheaper to go to Barcelona than it is to go to Maui. And Gabby's like, no. And I said, yeah. She's like, look up what Maui is. Same dates. It's like anywhere. The cheapest was like $700 a person for packages of flight and hotel to, I think, up towards like $2,300 a person. And then when we looked it up for Barcelona, flight and hotel, like total came out $1,150.
Oh wow!
I was like, what the fuck? So all we have to do is pay for like any type of vehicle travel to and from places.
Yeah.
And food.
So my cousin Claudia studied abroad there, and she wasn't gonna come home.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, nah, I found where I belong. And
we should go.
I brought it up, dude. I don't know.
You brought it up to Nancy?
Yeah, it's a 15-hour flight.
What'd she say?
Say, it's a 15-hour flight.
How's she on flying?
I don't think she's ever flown.
What?
You gotta remember, bro. I made her a mom at 17. I was 18. Yeah. So we're finally getting to where we can. Like my next purchase is gonna be.
I've never flown that long.
I flew from San Diego when I was a little kid. So I used to go to San Diego every summer, but I used to usually get dropped off. Then I'd fly home. And then the last time I flew was when I went to Vegas, from Sacramento to Vegas. That was horrifying. So you in Vegas, Southwest. You go over when you leave from Sacramento to Vegas was cool. We stopped in San Diego, picked a few more people up, then flew over to Vegas. Cool. When you're flying out of Vegas, when you hit that fucking mountainside right there, that all of a sudden, dude. So we left on a Monday morning. I didn't know that's like the Stripper Express. So a bunch of strippers from Sacramento area. They leave Sacramento and go to Vegas for the weekend. Work in Vegas for the weekend. And then so we're in line, dude, and these girls like high heels and short dresses and so crazy. So then there's a bunch of dudes, a bunch of bros in the same flight with us going home as well. They're all in the back partying, dude, like it's the thing to do. And so we're sitting there and I'm nervous about flying. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay sober. It was a good drive. It was a good flight. I'm gonna do it. It's my boy Josh, me, and then some other dude. And so we're sitting there. This is some stripper chick on this aisle with her dog, little lap dog, and we're sitting there, and then flying over, and then all of a sudden we hit a turbulence. You know, where the plane kind of just drops a little bit. Probably dropped like 1,000 feet or something like that, which is nothing to airplanes. scared. I screamed
That-
at the top
that
of my
film
lungs.
it?
Oh, dude,
That
I was
feeling?
like, we're gonna die. Yeah, everybody's laughing at me, dude. You know what I mean? Dude's like, hey, I flew because this guy, this sitting next to us, I guess he's like he travels for his wherever his work is, and he's like, I flew over the Appalachian Mountains. So there was 40 minutes of turbulence like this, where the plane would just drop and pick up, drop and pick up, shake. He's like, that's scary. So don't ever do that. I'm like, oh man, that sounds horrible. He goes, dude, I have to go back in a couple of months. I'm like horrified that I'm going to do that just because it was such a rough drive. And it's just because those mountains, the winds change so much that it causes that. So he's explained this to me, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm like, literally, I think I pooped my pants. Like, it's horrible. Like, it was just horrible, dude. Like,
So I flew to Vegas out of Stockton, and when we were coming in for a landing, I was like, oh, this dude must be ex-military because he's pulling some hot turns. Like,
oh, really?
Oh, he was like pulling hard, and okay, here we go. People next to me were like gripping and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is fun, So my whole thing is just, again, it's always been like, have fun with it. I'm gonna put my life in his hands. That's what he's trained for. So,
and I'm like that too for the most part. I want to see this world, dude. I want to see this world.
See, that's my thing is I want to get out of country. I've never seen anything out of country.
Yeah,
I've never been out of the country.
I've never been. Well, I've been to Acapulco a couple times.
My longest flight was 7 hours.
East Coast.
Maui.
Oh, Maui.
Or maybe it was Maui back.
See, I've never been to Hawaii yet. We haven't left California besides Oregon and Reno.
But people do it every single day. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is like,
I'd say it's safer than driving on the freeway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, statistically, with accidents, Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is because statistically, there's not that many accidents.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honest to God, you and Nancy would probably be the only people we would want to go with.
That's just, I don't know.
Especially over Valentine's Day.
So you guys want to go for like 3 days, right?
4 days.
4 days.
I think 4 days would be enough. We would be gone long enough. I think we probably get more like 3 days worth of vacationing and then come back. I think it's long enough to not spend too much money, but also enjoy yourself, kind of see a little bit, and not be away from the kids too long.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, Gabby and I went out for a hike, and we were like, all right, should we get back? Like, we kind of started feeling bad after a while. So you kind of feel, you miss them. And I know we need it. That's the thing is, I know after this year, after election, after all this bullshit, I need just to hit the eject button on every single fucking emotion. I need to be out with my wife, walking and looking at historical museum stuff.
Yeah.
Going to have lunch or dinner. Going, what do you want to do today? I'll go for a walk. Let's go to the countryside. Let's go to whatever. Like, I need to be just doing something that's not. Okay, I gotta get back to this person.
Like, I miss going.
I gotta go to work.
I miss going to San Francisco. Like, loved going to San Francisco. That was like our destination. I remember one day, I think it was like 6 o'clock in the evening. We're sitting there. I'm like, you want to go to dinner? It's like, yeah. You want to go to San Francisco and have dinner? It's like, yeah. We went. We had pizza. That's all we did. Drove down there, had some pizza. Some of the best pizza we've ever had. We still talk about it to this day.
I'd say the best pizza place in San Francisco is in the Castro district.
Oh, really?
It's called Oz. I think it's Oz. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit whether if it's the gay district. I don't care.
Who cares?
Got good goddamn pizza, Yeah. San Francisco's got great food.
It was like the Fisherman's Grotto's Pizza or something. It was excellent. Bomb.
They've got big.
Yeah, it was so
city
good.
Slices.
And we sat down. We ate it outside too, and just
San Francisco got killer spots.
It's beautiful, dude. It's
you could keep going back and not eat at the same place.
Oh, absolutely. And not see the same thing.
I was let down one time though. I was in the city and I was hankering for some just good spaghetti and meatballs. Having started, helped start a catering company and dealing with stuff. I ordered these spaghetti and meatballs. Thought this place was like a unique little hole in the wall. Get it, bite into the meatball. Instantly know where they got it from. It's the same place we get our meatballs from. Instantly knew because I knew the texture, I knew the taste, I knew the flavor. I mean, I just knew exactly what they were. It was the same type of meatball that we would get when we first started. You know, before we made literally everything by scratch, and it was just for like cheaper little gigs, little dinner party type stuff, and it was these little meatballs that come processed, and it was just like cool. But anything other than that, no. San Francisco got great places to eat.
Yeah, well, that's like I've never been back to Streams, dude. When it first opened in Lodi.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I order lasagna, which is my favorite, and I can make a killer lasagna. And I bit into my lasagna, I cut it with my fork, and it was still frozen in the middle.
Oh,
I tell the chef, I tell the waiter, I'm like, hey dude, my lasagna's still frozen. He's like, oh, let me put it back in the microwave.
Yep.
I'm like, put it back in the microwave. I'm paying like $15 for this piece of lasagna.
I work both at Chili's and Applebee's. The only things that are actually cooked there, like cooked from raw to cook, is burgers and the steaks. That is it. Everything else is nuked.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Everything else is either pre-cooked and then nuked, or nuked.
That's horrible.
So name a dish. I'll tell you how it's cooked.
That's horrible.
Fettuccine Alfredo, styrofoam cups. They have a styrofoam cup full of Alfredo sauce, styrofoam cup full of chicken, and then they have noodles that have just been sitting in cold water all day. They heat those up really quick. They throw both styrofoam cups into the microwave, pop the lid so they vent a little bit, heat it up, pour it all into a plate or in a bowl, stir it up, and pour it into a plate, and there you go. That's what you paid for. You paid for somebody to give you a microwave meal.
I don't like either one of those places.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't eat them. Because I'll pay a few bucks more and get something actually made with some love.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I want to go to Barcelona too, because I want to go to another country's food. I want to go.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck this is, but I want to eat it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
Tell me what. I mean, show me.
I'm all about eating, so
let's do it, man. And that's because again, you and Nancy are more like our speed. Relax, hang out.
There is no speed, man. Especially when we're on vacation. As long as we have alcohol in our hand.
Well, that's why I said we're gonna go over Valentine's week. Let's make sure we give our ladies our own single day where we just do our own thing separately.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so that we can make it special. I was surprised how cheap it was over Valentine's week.
Me and Nancy don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
We don't either, but I thought it might be something special
cool.
to do.
That's cool.
Because we literally don't. We're like it.
I got to plan something for not this anniversary, but the next anniversary is gonna be our 25th. I want to do something big.
If you need help, let me know.
Yeah, I want to do something big, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe you want a photographer there to photograph it.
Absolutely. I need a photographer to take family pictures of us, dude. I was looking for a fucking picture to post yesterday for National Daughter's Day. I have no pictures.
Do a fall setting. Let's do a fall setting.
And that's what me and Nancy, like, we talked to you over the summer, I think, and we couldn't get the girls. Both girls were super busy at that time, and as were we. And then Nancy's like, maybe you can hold off till fall. Cause, we look better in sweaters. I'm like, all right, let's do.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. Yeah.
No, bro. Let's do Barcelona if you can. If you guys can.
I know. It all depends on what we got to pay for school, dude.
I get you.
That's a big one.
I get you.
That's an expensive.
Gotta have you time though.
Oh no, yeah, that's the thing. Like we're planning. I'm planning on.
I'd be honored to go with you guys.
Yeah, thank you. So would we, man. You gotta chill, dude. Like chill. Like, you guys chill. You guys don't argue.
There's no point. And we're the type of people that like we don't believe in. Like if we talk about something that we don't agree with in front of other people, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Like hey, what were you talking about? Do you really think that's a good idea? Do you really? We don't do that. Or where other couples would be like, oh yeah, and when are you gonna do that? With what money? They get into it in front of people, and we've seen it. And we're like, Jesus, talk about that later.
I don't know. If I piss Nancy off, you won't even know it, dude. But I'll know it as soon as I walk in that door, or we get in the car right home.
Yeah.
Hey, stupid. I know. I'm so sorry.
Yell, argue in the car. Do whatever you gotta do. I hate people when they argue in front of others. I hate it. I hate when couples do that shit.
Yeah,
it's so awkward and annoying.
You're like sitting there like,
what do I do? I'm gonna go outside? No.
Yeah,
like it's the one time you wish you were a smoker, so you had a reason to go outside and shut the door.
Yeah.
It's the most awkward thing, and it's like, oh, if you're that fucking miserable, time to pull the eject handle.
Exactly. Life's way too short to be unhappy, dude.
Way too short. Well, what you're saying is it's not only way too short, but there's too many people out there to go. I want to end my life with you. You're miserable.
Yep.
There was something that was super profound on a movie that my parents were watching the trailer to. Whole premise of the movie is husband and wife who have grown into their 60s or 70s and completely don't like each other. Their kid has grown up and he's just not in love. He's just totally out there. And he ends up leaving his wife for another woman who makes him happy. And the movie's about this one woman's like understanding and like how she could be left by her husband and stuff. And she's like, why wouldn't you try with me? And he goes, I did try. 25 years I tried. And she confronts the mistress. And the mistress said, or the wife goes, how could you do any of this? And she goes, we didn't mean to hurt anyone. The way we saw it was, and this was what was profound, the way we saw it was there was 3 unhappy people, and now there's only 1. I was like, fuck. That'll put some perspective on it.
Right. That's a statement right there.
I was like, that is got to be one of the most impactful movie lines I've ever heard. Because that's all cheating is. It's 3 miserable people that ends with 1. Most of the time. Let's say most of the time.
The environment I work at, dude, it's like common thing, dude. But
oh, can we talk a little bit? Okay, so outside of that, we'll talk about. Outside of that, it's just life's too short. What you said is to deal with one person, and life's too short to not go to fucking Barcelona, man. Life's too short to go, I'm worried about a plane.
Yeah.
To not just go, hey, I'm going to sack up, drink some with you, say cheers, and if the plane goes down, at least we're all together.
Yeah. You know what the worst thing was about the Vegas flight? It's because it's so short they don't let you get up.
Right,
and
yeah, they don't even give you
I'd been drinking.
Chips or something. That's
about
about it.
Just a goddamn thing. But I'd been drinking in the bar.
You started sobering
dude,
up.
I was like, no, I had to pee. Like, hell yeah, dude. I was like, I finally told the lady, like, I'm like, hey, why can't we get up? I'm literally about to pee myself. She goes, well, you might fall. I'm like, I'll take my chances. Let me sign a waiver. I have to go.
Yeah, that's when you go, do you want the pee here or there?
Yeah, exactly. And
which one would you like to clean up?
So just know if you hear anything about turbulence, grab onto the walls. Gotcha.
Cool.
I gotta pee.
Yeah. The flying doesn't. It makes me nervous. You know, obviously I don't want to fucking crash in a plane.
You guys have your California IDs, your real IDs, and all that crap? Because we need them. Nancy needs to get hers.
I need to get my passport. I need to do it.
I've never had a passport.
Yeah, neither have I. Never been out of the country.
Yeah.
Never needed it. So, but yeah, I thought that would be perfect timing to get away. I need a decompressed date. I need a day to look forward to, outside, away from Super Bowl. You know, just decompress. Yeah. Process what 2020 just was. Process what's about to gonna happen, and enjoy my time with my wife like we did when we were just hanging out in front of the bar we just closed together and talking, or enjoy the time like when we would just roll up to Sacramento and walk around, or you know,
miss those days, man. Yeah.
Every day is full of okay, what's on the calendar today? What's on the agenda today? What are we doing today?
We have to do.
What are we doing tomorrow? Okay, what's going on Thursday? I want all of that to go away.
You know, when you call me to come here, like, oh, let me check.
You see?
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, hey, you know, I check my work calendar, number one. So I've been having to work Saturdays, so I got to work next Saturday. We're actually next Friday night. And then, so we were going to do it this weekend, so I was like, cool, we'll do it next weekend. And then check with the boss, Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, what do we got planned? Oh, no, go Saturday morning, that's cool. She goes, you're not going to do it Sunday? She goes, oh, it's football. Oh, never mind, yeah. You don't do nothing on Sunday.
We could just put Red Zone on in here and chat, during football.
Yeah.
Next one I want to do, I think I have a brewery up here.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I'd love to do a brewery with you.
Have some food. And
maybe we could try.
We'll try your buddies too.
Try my buddies, yeah. I gotta try to get in contact. We haven't been going there just because you have to sit outside, and every time we've gone there, like, there's nowhere to sit. So I just been picking up cans and coming home.
I just need that decompression.
If you ever get a chance, do you like Italian food?
Always.
Teresa's in Jackson.
What?
Teresa's.
Teresa's.
So this family has owned this restaurant since 19 1906. It was a soup kitchen for the miners. Same house, and my buddy Angelo, his family owns it. He's part owner too, though. Teresa's, dude, it's in Jackson.
I'll have to check it out,
dude. Also, like their soups, like their vegetable soups that they have and stuff like that. It's what's in the garden.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Dude,
I like that. Think they're opening? I think they can allow people
They're open.
now.
Yeah, the Amador County's they're full.
Pretty much, yeah.
But they have a lot of outdoor. They have a beautiful garden out there, like you can sit. It's tucked away. It's tucked away, like literally. If you don't know where it's at,
I'll check it out. Yeah,
but really good.
Well, you said your favorite dish is lasagna.
Love lasagna.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to next football game you come up to watch, or a couple football games.
Yeah.
I'll make lasagna because I make the dough. I make the pasta.
Yeah. Oh,
like we roll it out. Like
hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
as long as I can watch you make it.
If you can have, once you have handmade pasta,
yeah,
it is really hard to go back.
So you know what I'm doing today? Cooking my first brisket.
Are you?
Yeah, it's a small one. It's only a 3-pound one.
That's what we just did a sauerbraten. I never did German food, but holy shit, did that thing have some flavor profile. Really? 3 days we let that thing sit in the marinade. Because it said, in the book, it said, we've done the test between the 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day, and hands out everybody says 3 days the way to go.
Really?
Yeah. There's just no... I didn't expect that much flavor profile from a German dish. I was blown away how delicious that was. We did it on a bed of, I did a blue cheese and leek potato puree, which is basically blue cheese and leek mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then did a sauce over the top of that. It was just this meat that just fell apart. It was all shredded.
You are a bomb cook, dude.
Thanks, man. I learned from
you need to come
my mama.
Come hit my barbecue up one day, though, dude. Like,
let's do it.
Yeah, whenever you want, man. Let me know. One of these weekends.
I just need time because the whole thing is love. You got to marinate it.
Yeah.
It's got to be a couple days.
Talk to your meat. You got to talk to your meat. So I got the tri-tip out last night. I mean, the brisket out last night. And because it's such a small one, the kid at the meat store told me, like, hey, 2 hours on the smoke, wrap it, 2 hours offset. Cool. That's what I'm going to do today. So
nice.
So I'm literally.
Well, you said you listened to a Mean episode, right? You heard him smacking on that shit I fed you.
Yes, that's some good food.
He couldn't stop.
Yeah,
he took a whole deli home.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I was like, yeah, man, this is what it's about. Anyways, so the other thing I want to talk to you about, I found out that there's apparently, I need to look more into this. Apparently, insurance companies in California are waiting. They have until June 20-something, to pull out from all of their policies. And the reason that they're going to be pulling out is because of the wildfires, and they cannot insure anyone anymore because the past 2 years has devastated them and completely cost them. They've lost money for the past 2 years and plus. So as of June, homeowners are going to be either without or unable to obtain homeowners insurance.
Not heard of this.
In California, unless the state steps in and figures some shit out.
Really?
I'm going, fuck. And if the state steps in, that's just more money, more taxpayer money, more taxes.
Well, we're not going to be able to own gas-powered cars here in a couple of years, so. You know what I mean?
What is happening in California?
Gavin Newsom.
I'm worried, man. I'm worried for everybody who's got a home and then a mortgage. I'm worried because my folks went through the first fire season 4 years ago, and they were evacuated, and their insurance company tried to drop them. Right after that, they're like, nope. I'm like, wait. So we need wildfire insurance because we live in a wildfire area, but we can't get it because there's wildfires.
Yeah, where's the sense in that?
Go ahead and explain that one to me.
Stupid.
I'll wait.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, so what's the answer? I mean, with it. So I need car insurance, but if I get into an accident,
yeah, exactly.
Sorry, yeah, can't pay you, or we can't insure you anymore because you got no car accident. No, I don't know. California's fucking weird.
California's going down the drain, man. Dude, this is the best, hands down, it's the best state to live in, dude. Yeah. You have
climate-wise,
here. You have everything here, though. I mean, you can do 2 hours to the ocean, 2 hours to the mountains. You could do a 10-hour drive to Vegas, a 3-hour drive to Reno, 8-hour drive to Oregon.
8-hour drive to LA or San Diego,
San Diego,
Disneyland,
anywhere.
San Francisco,
you're
2
a
hours.
Cars drive.
Yeah,
Cars drive to anywhere. The different whole climates and destinations. The mix of people here, to me, are awesome. You got a lot of shitbags. Get me wrong, we got a lot of shitbags.
We put up with too much.
Yeah,
we tolerate it way too much,
and that's what it is. Tolerant. Same time though, it's just a great place to live, dude. Climate, weather, everything, dude. The food that we get here, the culture of food that we have here. It's sad, man. I really hope California makes a change for the better. Do I believe it's gonna happen? Fuck no. Fuck no.
You think it's gonna be a Red Sea?
I hope so. That would be awesome.
I'm seeing a lot of Trump signs.
I actually saw a Biden sign coming up.
I saw a couple Biden signs. Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Two, so like,
but not as many as Trump.
But they're like super little.
Yeah,
dude, super little squares. Yeah, I saw it like probably about an hour out of here. Hey,
I'm worried about this next wave of just going into the winter months.
They're already.
Not everybody's back to work.
No. Nobody. A lot of people, even they are, it's still outside seating.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely back to work.
It's scary.
And then the people that are going out and spending are the only individuals that are having any income. I feel a lot of desperation times coming. I worry about more of the lowlifes that live paycheck to paycheck and aren't guaranteed any type of government assistance, and what they're gonna do.
So I got a buddy who works a lot of hours, makes good money, and his boys, they're of age already, and they've not been able to land good jobs, and they really don't know what they want to do. They're like making this unemployment money right now, where they're like, why am I gonna work, dude? I make $600 more right now. Why would I work? Like, I'm good. Like, let me play video games. Shut up. Here's your $200 rent, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like shut up. Leave me alone. Hey, I'm gonna give you this the last thoughts, dude. Social media does have some benefits.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it's business.
I found an old friend that used to live next door to me. Him and his wife, Todd and Christy Goni, super cool people. Reconnected with them. Just found out he had some medical issue, man, and he's hanging in there. Still don't know what's going on with him, but a shout out to him. We'll go up and see him soon. Haven't seen him in probably 30 years, but when we started talking again, we started talking like we were still the good friends that we were back then. Like the conversation never stopped.
Yeah, social media wasn't installed. It wasn't created for evil purposes. It was manipulated into evil purposes.
It was. Well, once people realized all the amounts of billions of trillions of dollars they can make out of it,
and everybody's eyes that are on it all day long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch that social dilemma.
I treat it as like I said, a yearly, like a yearbook.
Yeah, that's what I treat it as.
My kids can now, in their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, go back and look at high definition pictures and videos of them on their San Diego trip in 2018, and like they can go and look at it from any device.
Yep.
They don't have to have the scrapbook, the actual one that mom made, or exactly. Like they won't lose it. They'll be able to look back. These right here. Part of the reason I wanted to do it with my stepfather was just like, look, all his kids, all my kids can look at Papa and listen to his stories and listen to him talk and watch him in high def rather than just hear stories about him or just a still image. That's what's kind of cool about social media. You can use it like that.
Yeah. Well, there's good stuff, good things that and with every good thing, there's always got to be evil out of it, man, because the money's to be made. The money's to be made. Money's great. Don't get me wrong. It's good to have it. Essential, right? It's not all it is. You see all these wealthy families. You see how fucked up they are.
Well, most people that live more east, they all have a fairly better family life because that's what's important. Not only to them, but like to policies and politicians of those states is like family days and making a living, but also having your day with your family. Yep. And it's like a lot of out here and on the far East Coast, so fast. So gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. You know, it's holidays suck for us because we're just go, 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 go. There's no actual sit down, relax, enjoy it. You know, it's just go, 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 go.
Those are already coming up too.
Oh, I know. Once Halloween hits, I always say it every year. Halloween hits, get ready for the blur.
Yep.
Because once the 31st hits, everything's a blur until January.
Yep. I hate the holidays now, dude.
It's just a tick, tick, tick till Thanksgiving, tick, tick, tick till Christmas, tick, tick, tick till New Year's, and then everybody wakes up in January and goes, holy shit.
Catch your breath a little bit and just get ready for the next wave.
Well, I want to go to Barcelona in February.
Yeah. Let's see what's up, dude. See what's up.
Yeah. Let me see some Xannies. And...
Oh, yeah, dude. You're going to need that, dude. So don't open the window either.
What window? There's no window open.
The
little plastic. You can't.
Yeah, no.
What?
It's too high, bro.
It's too high. What's going to happen? Your eyes are going to fall out.
You might fall out, dude. What that motherfucker pop
the window?
Yeah.
Trust me, if that window goes, we're all falling out. That suction's going to rip that hole.
And why risk it? Just leave it closed, dude.
So that you can see Barcelona.
Maybe when we're landing, I can see. Cause I got to see Vegas when we were flying in. That was cool.
You really can't open the window?
It's scary.
It's scary.
Scary. I don't like heights, dude. I'm telling you, man. This right here, all these tattoos are front, bro. That's all it is. I'm a big old puss.
I get weak, but like, do you do roller coasters?
I haven't in a while, but yeah, I mean, I can do them.
Okay,
I can do them.
See,
I like that thrill.
Gabby doesn't like heights. She'll take forever to just jump off a rock into the water. But yeah,
and I do that in a heartbeat.
I don't have that. I'll get weak in my knees if I'm on like a skyscraper or a building, and I'm like, whoa. But I have to like look, you know, like I'm always like, ugh.
I'm good like looking out.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down is a problem.
Yeah, I can see that. That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
If you're in the plane, bro. Just head back.
Yeah.
Bring some movies. Download them on your phone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Let's see what's up. We'll talk to the boss.
Yeah.
Get in more detail. Sounds like a plan, though.
You gotta tell her, this is for our first Valentine's together ever.
I think she'd be down. That's all we talk about, dude, is traveling. That's it.
Then just do it, man.
Easier said than done.
No, and I think it'd be cooler to go with another couple that are like-minded. And the reason being is there's less what do you want to do? Well, what do you want to do? It's more like you guys can balance each other
and
ideas.
That's what it is. And you're braver to try more things.
Yeah, because you're going out as a group.
Yeah.
You know?
More try. Let's walk down this alley, see what's on the other side.
Or it's not that big a deal for like, oh, Javi and I are going to go check this out. Why don't you two girls stay, you know?
Exactly.
And just, we'll check it out and we'll let you know.
Yeah, drink this wine.
Yeah, you don't feel bad leaving them behind or anything like that. Like, they have each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
and it's, yeah. I think it's easier that way. That way we can decide, let's eat here or what. Just whatever.
Food, barbecue.
I just can't. I don't know. I want to taste some weird stuff. I want to go to places that are hole in the wall and like, what Spain? Give me food from Spain.
That's why I like going to bars. Like when I go to different cities, and I'll be like, hey, if you had to eat something right now, where would you go? You're like, oh, dude, you got to try it down the street. There's a restaurant. Yeah. 2 blocks down on the right. Yeah. That restaurant right there, and order this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Those are the best places.
You know, like when I go to restaurants, I'll tell the waitress, if you could sit down right now and have a dinner, like if it's a restaurant I've never been to, like literally, it's like, if you could sit down and have a dinner right now, what would you be? Oh, definitely, I'd order this right here. Cool, give me that plate.
Yeah. Yep.
Or there's all that other like, do you like this? I'm like, yeah, I love that. This is the plate you want.
Yep. So and that's I want to eat with just local food. I want to eat local cuisine, and there's why would you go to like why would you go to New Orleans and then go to Applebee's or Olive Garden if you go to like these little Creole spots or is the Cajun spots.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah, you want to experience what they.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm totally down. It's like even when you go to like Disneyland, why do you want to walk to McDonald's? There's a couple mom and pop breakfast places right here.
Yep.
Let's go to mom and pop.
I love mom and pop spots.
Yeah.
That's where the love goes in the food, man.
Absolutely. The struggle to just keep it afloat, and let's go support that.
Well, I know we talked about, what were we talking about? Maui last time?
Yeah.
Barcelona's cheaper.
Is it $1,600 per piece? Or for both?
No, it was the cheapest was for Maui. Total was like 1,800. And the cheapest, or not the cheapest, but just like one of the first ones that we picked for Barcelona was 1,100 total. It was like 6 something or 5 something per person. It's stupid.
That's flight and hotel.
Flight and hotel. No, not car, but flight and hotel. Yeah.
Uber.
Yep. I figured that, yeah, some sort of taxi service.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's nearby.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right, man.
All right. Good
Cool.
show.
Thanks for coming over.
Yeah. Thanks for having me again.
Good timing.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Follow us, like, and subscribe. And until next time, cheers, everyone. And stay sane out there.
You start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. He can't feel the neck.
You got knocked the